Ooh. Well, that was me. Ooh. Ooh. What's up? Hello, fellow humans, planet Earth. How are we all doing on this glorious, glorious video gaming day? Jesus. Oh my god, it's so warm in here. Welcome in, everyone. Hello, hello, Jace. Hello, Mortis. Hello, Dongle. Hello, Sun. Hello, Lins. Oh. Right, man. I'm like slightly out of it right now. I knew I'd messed up when I woke up and I didn't feel like incredibly, incredibly sleepy. I was like, yeah, something is wrong here. Something happened that shouldn't have happened. How was I first supposed to even camping? Well, I was supposed to start streaming an hour and a half ago, but hello N, hello Da, hello Line. Oh, there you go. I'm gonna say a no word. Well, I'll go for it. I bet you won't actually. Slept well while I slept a little bit too well, I guess. I woke up and I was like, wait, why is it? Why do I feel so awake? And then I looked over towards my phone. I was like, and I went and turned it on, but my phone has battery. It's at 62% battery, so I don't know what the hell happened. It was definitely off. Like I just had to turn it on. I don't know what happened. I don't know what the deal is. I'm addicted to Stardew, and now I got myself addicted to its mods too, so I haven't slept. Well, that's you know, that's someone might think that's a problem, someone might think that's a good thing. I'm gonna launch this video game. I was already worried that I might not be able to finish this game in the stream. We're gonna play some Draugen, and yes, I don't do game images for single stream games. Guys, lol. If that's even your real name. This was meant to be like we play this for one stream. We play this today, and then we're done with it forever. But now I'm a little bit worried. It said part 1. Yeah, your butt says part 1. I got him. It's officially a 2-stream game. Well, considering that I overslept for 2 hours, and this game might just be like should have been like maybe exactly a Sunday stream type of game. Yes, that's possible. We're gonna play some Draugen today. Draugen is like a I don't know what type of game this is. It's like a walking simulator type mystery game. I think set in Norway. Set in Norway. Subtitles on. Text language. Norwegian. There we go. Norwegian. There you go. Yo, it's my suggestion. Hello, Sergeant. I walk. I'm basically living the game. Stardew on Tuesday? No, we're not playing Stardew on Tuesday. But what does stack subtitles mean? Stack subtitles. Should be fine to play this on max, I think. What the hell is 1929 mode? Or 1923 mode? Yeah, 2 or 3 hours after this on Tuesday, you're not gonna start a new game, right? I might. We'll see what happens. I have some plans. Let's see what this video game's all about while I drink some chocolate milk. Worth a shot. We'll see what happens. Okay. Alright, Sergeant. Interesting. Well, I'm gonna try to avoid that happening.
The water's cold.
It's a fjord. You're not going swimming.
Boo. You're such a...
Okay, we need to make the volume louder immediately. Don't do that much.
Wet blanket, teddy bear.
You know I don't like it when you call me...
Edward Charles Harden, Esquire.
Will you promise to behave on land?
Don't I always?
Listen.
We're not doing Norwegian language.
Well, piffle and phonus balonus, Teddy. You ought to know better than to ask. Yes, I'll behave. I'll be a proper young lady. I shan't run or climb things or laugh too loud or...
Oh yeah, I'm gonna make the volume even louder. Put it at like 80% or 70%.
Call anyone old bean. Aside from you. So, do you think we'll find your Betty in... what did you call this village? Gravewick?
No, in his heart, far his sister. Oh, I have to pick one?
It's an old language. I don't much care for it.
Grovik. Yes,
Grovik.
I do.
Why here? What's so special about Greywoke?
She never said,
Greywoke.
but knowing my sister, something drew her here.
But how can you know?
I just do. In her letter, she wrote about...
But that's months ago. She could have gone anywhere.
Without writing, or telegraphing her editor in New York, she wouldn't do that. Betty's...
Oh, the cat's pajamas, the bee's knees, Lily's perfect.
Alice, you're talking about my sister.
Fine. I'm sorry. Elizabeth Sidarb. We all love her dearly. And Teddy Bear. Edward. We will find her. Betty's fine. Why, we'll see her as soon as we get to shore.
Okay.
She'll shower you with kisses and berate you for coming all this way from Hanover, Massachusetts.
This is the shore.
Absolutely nowhere Scandinavia way, just to chase her
Norway.
down. Everything will be Jake, old fruit.
Edward, a deep sigh.
Is that it? Is that Groovewoke? It looks so peaceful and beautiful and so desolate.
Oh, I can look around.
Like a place built for ghosts.
Finally. I don't think I could do this for much longer.
Can't you row any faster? I'm getting frightfully bored.
How about you take over, Alice?
You slay me, Teddy, old bean.
What's her name? Lissy. But he calls her Alice.
Is that thunder?
I'm still distant. The boat will be in safe harbor by the time the weather arrives.
So you say. But I say put your back into it, because we're sitting ducks out here. Quack, quack.
Oh my god, dongle reference.
It's so quiet. Where is everyone?
Probably working. I know it's a foreign concept.
Okay, this is crazy. Massive Bioshock vibes? Kinda, yeah. What the fuck is Emma Watson on some random fucking boat? I don't know, you have to ask Emma Watson that. The whole game's just Enda going to sort of by some smultringer. This is the origin story of Draugen in Skyrim. I think character not speaking the native language is just weird, takes me out of it. Well then, this should be very immersive for you, Pit Monster. Because these people are English. Gotta row up a fjord. Hello, Velvet, how are you doing? She's too posh to swim. And I don't believe this is a spooky game, but it's probably going to scare me, I would assume. Just because I am who I am.
But that's something normal people do.
Hardy har har.
The
Do a Poland Norway language? We're not
somewhere.
doing Norway. First of all, there's no option for Norwegian language. There's no option for Norwegian visuals. I can set the text language to Norwegian. I can't make them speak Norwegian.
Where?
Let me put this text stack thing on, subtitle stack thing on. Point.
Where's the farm?
Up there.
I believe it's that farmhouse, all the way at the top.
Hot dog! Let's ankle!
Hold on. Let me read the letter from Mrs. Fretland first.
I'll meet you up there, old sport. I want to explore. Last one's a skunk's tail.
Sure.
Be careful. The ground's muddy. You could slip and fall.
See you in 2 shakes.
Dear Mr. Harden, we would like to extend an invitation to visit our home. Trouble to hear of your sister's disappearance. No news to share.
Can I read this
You'll
thing?
find our farm on top of the hill. Hope I got that right. Look forward to seeing you here in October. Yours faithfully, Anna Fretland. Well,
I'm here. Alright, let's
where
go.
are you? Did you make it to Grovik, Betty? And why did you pick this forlorn hole under the mountains?
I'm gonna just move the camera up here or something for now.
Also sprach Zarathustra.
Oh.
Teddy, are you coming? I'm almost there.
On my way. Righto. Step to it, teddy bear. Where are you?
I'm waiting for you at the farm.
So glad Tornquist is writing again. Is that the guy that wrote this game or something? New to game and read the lines out in Norwegian. Why? Live dub Norwegian, I vote for this. Why? I don't understand. What do you guys want it in Norwegian? Why would anyone want anything in Norwegian ever? Can I do I have like a flashlight or something, or? Oh. This game has some real heavy walking animations. Oh, director of this and Longest Journey series. Oh, okay. Yeah, the compromises that we have it in German. Like the puppies in Norwegian. I had a puppy dream, but it wasn't my puppy. It was Orso, son's puppy was in my dream. That's the dream I was oversleeping with.
Just stick to the path and you'll find me.
Orso's ripping off Anna's face, puppy dream. Well, it was a. There's nothing awe about it. I was having like a post-apocalyptic like zombie dream, with like Omega Giga zombies, and then the entire dream was just. It was like Orso as a puppy. The entire dream was just me trying to hold Orso while like fending off zombies, and he was just wiggling in my hand. That was the entire goddamn dream, dude. Hey, look. Here you guys, get your Norwegian, okay? Endre fergerute som følge av lave oh god. Passasjertall fra til Gravik vil ikke Ålesund is that Ålesund? Yeah, it has to be right. Ålesundsruta lenger gå i havn i Gravik fra og med tredje. Do people write that? Tredje? Oh, maybe we wrote like that in the olden days. Also pooping and that zombie survival rations. It was a big place. I think so. Oktober førstkommende og inntil videre. Ålesund den 29.9.1927 driftsstyre. This says that because of low passenger numbers, the like boat is no longer going to travel to this area. Tegnet som skiller det norske Dude, I hate this like rain on the thing. Rikstelegraf. Tegnet benyttet som efteradresse og tekst. Tegnet avslutter iblant just about. Okay, that's just how telegrams work. Telegrafen ute av drift. Den norske rikstelegrafen besvarer ikke våre henvendelser. Okay, so it says that the telegraph is doesn't work anymore. Minnestund for å minnes alle som mistet livet ved grubeulykken i 1902. Okay, this is a what do you call this again? Like a not a memoir, but like a it's like a moment of remembrance for everyone that lost their lives in the mining accident in 1902. I heard Orso and Shoshin there. I gotta go enjoy. Thank you, Lens. Man, I feel so bad about starting a stream so late. Can't believe my goddamn phone was out of batteries.
Lissy!
I'm by the farmhouse.
Epitaph? Maybe. I don't know. There's a better word for it for sure, but... This is just a tribute.
Are you coming?
Just taking a break.
Hurry up! Storm's getting closer.
You must excuse me. I've grown quite Huera. Can she STF you? No, I like her. I was just giving her a flashlight, but I like her. I gotta say, after playing, you know, this game looks pretty alright, but after playing Final Fantasy 16, I don't think any game is gonna look that good again. Is this in action? Yeah, unfortunately.
Edward Charles Hardin, I'm waiting for you.
Audun Tørnquist? What the hell? Morgan?
This way.
Wait, she's already all the way up there? What about these houses? We'll have a chance to like look around later, I assume. Annoyingly perky, huh? Is my dude actually like tired? Like if I don't rest, it's just gonna like fall over and die? My dear. I like the idea that shouldn't there be like people living here and this like lady's just like screaming across the entire village?
Seriously?
You're not the one carrying a suitcase.
I was eating sushi. That's a goat. That's Black Phillip over there.
What took you so long?
I'm not 17.
Nor are you 70. Put some spring into your step, old sport.
Did you?
Just want to see what the controls are. Can I open? Oh, Jay's journal. Can I actually open up the
It's a
journal? Like that?
half-mast. Someone died.
So this is it, huh?
I know this flag. It must be Denmark.
But seriously, where is
Ragnar. There was no sign of people out in the
This is starting
fjord,
to
but the folks
creep
on
me
the
out.
keeping oars in the water. Fences sounds odd, but these are hard-working people
must
with
be
busy
somewhere.
lives.
They
The weather's
can't
getting
all
worse.
have
Edward thinks it
vanished.
wouldn't surprise me if the villagers would have sought shelter. All right, so I'm gonna make this character a little bit delusional.
Perhaps everyone's indoors. The rain's picking up.
You first, old bean.
Must be Danish since they're truly a flag all the way. All the way up.
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for,
Hello?
huh?
Anyone there? Mr. Fretland? Mrs. Fretland? This is Edward Charles Harden, the American. We've exchanged letters.
Maybe they went on holiday and left the door open. Give it a shake and a rattle.
I can't just barge into their home.
It's not a crime if you're invited.
Let me barge
I'm
in.
coming in. This is Mr. Harden. Hello? Is anyone home?
This house is as empty as a bird's nest in December. Hey, you want to check out the upstairs?
Well, what happened there? Wait, how do I... oh, there. Edward already feels uneasy about intruding. There's a light coming from upstairs, and the house is clearly
I'm a
empty.
guest. Why would I start poking around every corner of the house?
I don't know. Maybe they're playing hide and go seek. Well, I didn't want to go upstairs anyway. It's creepy.
There must be a sitting room on this floor.
Hello, it is
This is the
I.
kitchen. Hello? Anyone there?
And you guys tell me this is not a horror game? This game is so dark. The outside is like ruining my immersion right. Wait, give me 1 second. I gotta like stop the light from outside from sabotaging. Might be on the inside. Alright. God damn it, where's that? Oh, that's this patch, I think. Alright, do that. Perfect! Now I can see better. Is there a brightness setting in this game, maybe, that I can, like, set up a little bit? Without ruining the entire visual of the game. The gamma? I don't want to raise the gamma. The game is really dark. Maybe it's intentionally really dark. Okay, let me put the gamma up a little bit and see what that looks like. It increases by 10. Is this like too much? I think this looks fine, right?
Betty might be with the Fretlands, wherever they are.
Wouldn't Anna Fretland have written? Oh, this is nice. Charmingly rustic. The Boston Beaumont would pay a pretty penny for this setup. I thought foreigners lived differently. This is almost like an American home.
People are people wherever you go.
I mean,
Thanks, Bruce.
almost like an American home.
It's really coming down.
How about a quick run in the rain?
You can't be serious.
You're already a wet blanket, teddy bear. It's not like you'll get any wetter. Look! Family pictures. They must be the, what did you call them?
The Fretlands.
The Fretlands.
Right. Anna and John?
Johann.
This is honestly not what I'd pictured. They're very presentable. Not at all like turnip farmers.
They're not turnip farmers. That must be Johann Fretland, master of the house.
What makes you think he's the master of anything? It's 1923, Teddy old boy. Women can vote.
The flag outside was flying at half-mast.
What does that mean?
Someone died. It'll get dark soon.
Where will you sleep? There must be a guest bedroom.
I'm not using their beds without invitation.
We can disguise ourselves as bedwear. They'll never know we're here.
Betty would have fallen in love with this house.
She adores the rustic.
You're the Betty expert.
She once begged me to buy an entire set of pastoral dining room furniture for the house.
It's not like she's ever there.
There's the stave church.
Do you think that's where they've all gone? Maybe there's a very popular funeral.
The flag was at half-mast, but no sign of life out there.
Where do you think they've gone?
The Fretlands.
The Fretlands, the Hansons, the Jensens, all of them.
I'm sure they'll be back soon.
It's like a dead land. As though its soul has departed.
The books are all in
I
English.
gotta say, there's
Isn't
like
that a bit
a.
odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Olesund.
Have you been secretly communicating with Johann's winsome wife, Edward dearest?
Certainly not. She was the one who wrote me, because Mr. Fretland's English
I was
isn't
only
as...
joking. Lighten up, old sport. Don't be such a pill.
Alright. What's this? Oh my god, they were burning books. I thought this was
What are you looking at there?
1928.
Strange place for a book. Unless it was a terrible book that deserved a good burning. What's the title?
The cover's charred.
Julen
Christmas 1922.
1922.
To Ruth.
Till Ruth
From Simon.
fra Simon.
Why would someone burn this?
Like I said, maybe it was a terrible book. Is Simon one of the Freddylanders?
I don't think so. They only have the one daughter.
Did you hear something?
No.
God.
Must be the wind under the door. Or the churning sea. Or the interminable rain. Or flesh-eating ghouls waiting to pounce.
Alice, honestly.
You're the one who reads Poe to me. Don't blame me for having an active imagination.
I was gonna say, I wonder about the choice of having a companion that talks as much as she does, with like so much stuff to interact with that you're also gonna talk about. Like if this was like something I read while she was talking, you know?
Old Johann's a bit wooden, isn't he? Like someone put a
They're
stick up
posing for a
up his
photograph.
rear end. I say, loosen up, Johann. I'm sure you two stiffs will get along famously. I'm guessing their daughter is the master of this house. She's cute as a button. I can't wait to meet her. She's guaranteed to be more fun than you. Johann went and found himself a delectable bride.
Alice, please.
What can I say? She's a minx.
Anna Fretland is a respectable woman.
Just a little bit young,
Her
but I
letter
mean,
was courteous.
that's
professional.
this is Norway,
Didn't you
so
say she was a city girl?
I assume that's normal.
Must have been awfully hard to adjust to life in the sticks. I can relate.
Hanover isn't the sticks.
Says you.
I assume that this is his wife and this is their daughter. Just considering how these are aligned.
Wait. Is that... Are they... Who's... They're all twins. All of them.
That's creepy.
That's Johann and Anna Fretland.
There are two of each, Edward.
Frederick
Two
og Margaret.
of each.
Frederick and Margaret. Twins marrying twins.
Okay, that's creepy.
My mind's reeling. This is just too adorable.
May 26th, 1899. We'll be celebrating their silver anniversary next year.
Not if two of the twins
The
died.
books are all in English.
Isn't that a bit odd?
Mrs. Fretland is Scottish, though she grew up in Olesund.
Have you been secretly communicating with Johann's winsome wife, Edward dearest?
Certainly not. She was the one who wrote me, because Mr. Fretland's
I
English
was
isn't
only
as...
joking. Lighten up, old sport. Don't be such a pill.
Dear Mrs. Fretland, I trust this letter finds you and your husband in good health. I wrote to inform them about when I'd be arriving. So where are they?
Do they even have calendars? Maybe they don't know what day it is.
Despite appearances, we haven't gone back in time. They have calendars.
I know something like that. His mom and aunt were identical twins, and his dad and uncle, they both married. That's interesting. Is there some... No. I was thinking of something completely different. This makes identifying the ghost type a lot easier. Well, it's a Drauger. I mean, that's in the name. That's in the name of the game, Doins. You silly goose. Well, it's twins, but then do the twins do ghostwriting though? Because they're doing writing. We had a comment about his cousin asking if she was hot. I said genetically she's his sister and weird as fuck.
Home feels very far away.
Are we feeling melancholy again?
I've never been this far from Hanover.
It's about time we got you out of that dreary old house, Teddy Bear.
I asked about Elizabeth.
And they hadn't seen her?
Anna... Mrs. Fretland promised she'd write if she heard anything. There wouldn't be many female reporters.
No,
from
bless
New
you,
York
bless
and
you,
Western
bless you, bless
Norway.
you.
Why would she come here?
I gotta update my chat real quick because I realized I don't see any symbols.
In the first place?
Betty always has her reasons.
SS Bergensfjord. That's the ferry, I guess, that takes everyone over here.
The thought of boarding that infernal ocean liner again.
Oh, that's how
Quite
they
enjoyed
got
it.
here from England.
So much room for exploration and mischief.
So many opportunities for seasickness and claustrophobia.
Don't be a Debbie Downer. I'm sure your tummy will be better behaved on the return voyage. And you'll be craving enclosed spaces after a week in this wide open wilderness.
I trust this letter finds you and your husband in good health. Thank you for your gracious invitation to stay in your home this... I don't know why they put text in front of this stuff. This October. I hope it will present no inconvenience to you and your family. I'm presently preparing for the Atlantic voyage on the SS Bergensfjord and plan to depart Boston later this month. Oh wait, are they from... Oh yeah, Boston. God damn it.
Do you regret coming here with me?
Are you kidding me? I never miss out on a grand adventure. Besides, you wouldn't survive a day without me, Teddy Bear.
Oh my god. Why is the zoom in button E? Why isn't it a right click? I still had no words from my sister Elizabeth, though I hope she has made it to Gravik in the time since the last letter. If this is the case, and if at all possible, I would greatly appreciate receiving a call with the news. If Elizabeth cannot compensate you for the cost, I will of course do so as soon as I arrive. In regards to the dates of my travels, I shall be arriving in Ålesund in a ferry from Bergen on October the 15th. I will. Oh, and there's more on the backside, but I can't turn it around.
The thought of boarding that infernal ocean liner again.
Yo,
I
Shosho.
enjoyed it. So much room for exploration and mischief.
So much room
So
for
many
activities.
opportunities for seasickness and claustrophobia.
Don't be a Debbie Downer. I'm sure your tummy will be better behaved on the return voyage.
I mean, that
And
Reddit
you'll
still
be
works on my
craving
app, no
enclosed
issues.
spaces after a
But
week in this wide open
not safe for
wilderness.
work got blocked from yesterday. Oh, so they're just gonna keep the app up then, probably. Maybe they were bluffing. Just like the Reddit moderators were bluffing.
Oh, those boys look proud as peacocks. What does it say there? Groovy?
Gruben, the mine.
The mine.
Maybe that's where everyone is. Digging for precious jewels in the Stygian abyss.
From what I learned of this place during the brief stay in Ålesund, the iron mine shut down 20 years ago.
How are you doing, Mr.
The
Shosho
mine was only in
Robofungers?
operation until 1902. They must have lost a fortune. An iron mine wouldn't pay itself off in 5 years.
Can we go spelunking? Perhaps we'll find trolls in the abyss, and we can steal their ill-gotten gold.
There was a cave-in. It'll be unsafe.
Oh, boo.
Frederick and Johann Fretland, founders of the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
They're the spitting image of each other.
Twin brothers and business partners.
And they married twin sisters. Adorable. Who's the boy? He looks related to the other two.
A good bunch of people are using my app said it stopped working. Okay. I just played Rust for the first time, running for 30 minutes straight and immediately dying to some BS, rinse and repeat. It's the opposite of fun. Wait, did you play it with someone, or did they know what they were doing? Okay, I'm not gonna read all this. Not that I could, because it's purposefully impossible to read, I think. Oh, and it's in German.
Tragic accident befalls the Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
What happened?
The mine collapsed, killing 3 workers, including Arne Fretland, Frederick and Johann's younger brother.
That's awful. How old was he?
19.
He might be the boy in the photograph.
Operations were suspended after the accident. Johann Fretland exits Fretland Brothers Mining Company.
So the brothers parted ways?
Johann sold his share to focus on farming.
Well, that must have put a damper on their relationship.
Foreign investors out of Frederick Fretland's mining company. Dire financial consequences for Fretland, who must have had a difficult time after his brother Johann Fretland pulled out earlier this year.
Pulled out.
Johann was smart to exit when he did.
The timing is curious, like he knew something was about to go awry.
Rust is BS. I played with a friend who was also neutral. So, okay. Yeah, it's a little bit of a complicated game. Probably recommend playing on like a PvE server or something when you first start playing that. Probably a little bit frustrating to play against players. This game I have an FOV setting, by the way. And did I max that out? Ah, no FOV slider, huh? I thought these dudes were Norwegian. Interesting.
Oof, that's a grim sight, old bean.
I have a scar on my lip.
I'm exhausted and soaked to the bone.
Let's get you to bed.
We'll wait for the Fretlands. It's only courteous.
Yeah, Rust can be pretty rough. Oh my god, that.
Betty.
Have you gone screwy again, Teddy? That's not Betty.
Her
That's...
scarf. I'd know it anywhere.
It doesn't look like anything to me. It
She
just
bought it in
looks like...
Bloomingdale's the Christmas
Doesn't look like
before
anything to me.
When she came home that year, she showed it off, dancing around the sitting room until I got dizzy watching her.
I think you're misremembering. She couldn't make it home that year. Again.
No, you're wrong. I'm sure she was there.
Whatever. It's not like you pay any attention to me when Betty's around. I might just as well be a ghost.
Well, if you need any advice, Joshua, I've played Rust for 4,000 or 5,000 hours, so I can always be helpful.
Lissy, nothing. Look, it is her scarf. It even smells like her perfume. Shalimar.
But what if that's
Shalimar.
She's here. I'm finally going to find her.
That's great, Edward, really. I wouldn't want you to get your hopes up. I mean, where's everyone gone to? Something's not right, I'm telling you. Teddy? Edward, what's wrong?
Lightheaded, that's all.
You're having another spell. You know what happens when you exert yourself. Sit down. That's an order from your commander.
Yes.
Oh, that's a Hamilton reference. That's a Hamilton reference. Do you think it's a game only for serious players? No,
What
I
are you
wouldn't say
doing?
so.
Come sit down.
I would say most people that play it aren't very serious, but I think it has a pretty steep learning curve at
You'll
the
feel better
start.
after a short...
I think that's a pretty steep learning curve at the start, and I think you need to find like a good server to be a new player on. You need to find like a server that either has like not a lot of people on it, or a server that is like noob friendly or has like like PvE. You know what I mean? Like player versus environment, like no PvP, something like that. Just kind of like learn the ropes. Because if you're on like a big server with a lot of people on it, the first time you play, it's gonna be really rough to like even try to figure out what the hell the game is.
Short rest. Come sit.
I just need to catch my breath. Just for a moment.
I want you to lie down. Lie down and close your eyes.
But you're sitting
It's been
here.
a strenuous day. What with the rowing and the dragging of the suitcase up the hill.
Well, what if the Fretland...
I'll keep an eye out. I promise. If
Is
they
this-
come home, I'll wake you.
Is this girl
No.
not real?
Lie down. Close your eyes. Breathe deeply.
I feel like a figment of my imagination.
Kind. Elizabeth? Is that you? Betty? Lissy? Lissy, are you here?
And that community get me started? I wouldn't say you need a community to get you started. I would say, like, I mean, that would be helpful, but I think you just need, like, a server where you can actually, like, try to learn the game without getting killed by random players every 3 seconds. Unless that's not what you guys are struggling with.
Lissy! Hello? Hey, who's there?
Not a horror game, by the way.
Elizabeth! Wait! Alice! Where are you, Lissy? Lissy, there's someone outside.
My hand
it might
was
be Betty.
very pale.
Are you here, Lissy? Lissy! Are you upstairs? Are you in here, Lissy?
Because it takes so goddamn long to go anywhere. Yeah, I mean that's the video game. There you go. That's Rust.
Who's out there? Hello? Betty?
Oh, I'm way quicker now.
Lissy? I'm not alone.
I'm not afraid. It was like
Betty?
a barn over here or something. Oh, but I can't go there, okay.
Alice!
I think I want to spend too much time running. Yeah, then Rust probably isn't a game you will enjoy much. That game is a lot of running.
I can hear you! Alice, where are you? Are you out there, Betty? Can you hear me? Who goes there? Wait!
But if I run while listening to music, yeah, you can do that. You can dance while listening to music even. You could leave your friends behind. I mean, if your friends don't dance.
Someone there?
And then they're honestly no friends of mine. It's Black Phillip! Hello, Phillip.
Betty, is that you? Are you there, Betty? Shit.
My glasses. Oh man.
Elizabeth, are you there?
Now I'm covered in dirt. Oh man. All right. Did she go for a swim? Oh man.
The boat, Edward! Where's our boat?
Lissy.
Okay, she's definitely a figment of my imagination. But they're wandering off on their own after dark. Where is she? Edward isn't sure here correctly what happened to the boat. Well, I'm delusional, so.
Did you see her? Did you see Betty?
What? Betty? No.
That's
no,
like us.
Our boat, it's gone.
The boat?
Are you my imaginary friends?
How?
Maybe you didn't secure it properly.
I pulled it up. I don't know. I thought I tied it securely, but
Oh, I can move.
where did you go?
Out? For a walk. It stopped raining and...
I think Betty. It was Betty. It was her. It must have been her.
Why is she looking right into
I
the
saw
camera?
her face in the window, and she vanished into the dark
Why
towards
is she
the
looking like
sea.
up to the right?
You
or
really
left?
didn't see anyone.
I haven't seen a single soul. Are you sure it was her and
Yes.
not...
I mean, I saw her face, and it looked like her.
Well, if it was her, why did she run away?
I don't know. It's getting dark. Back to the house. And tomorrow.
Tomorrow's another day, Teddy Bear. We'll figure it out. Right now, let's get you cleaned up. Look at you. You've got mud all over yourself.
I do. A little
And then
bit.
you really need to sleep. You must be exhausted. Come on.
Day 2. The achievement I got is called Blue Skies in Norway. Looking at another person while talking to them, never heard of it where I come from. It's like it kind of sounds like that too. It kind of sounds like with the volume of Edward's voice, sounds like it's like a little bit above my head in my headphones. So it sounds like it feels like our camera's like here, and our face is here. So she's looking up at our face, but like our face is here for some reason. It's not the camera. The camera's like face height is what it feels like. It seems weird.
I will find you again.
Like, why is he so desperate to find his sister, for instance, when it seems like all that happened was that his sister was traveling here. And he sent a letter like, hey, I'll be coming to look at my sister.
Teddy, come outside. It's a beautiful day.
Who just randomly does like what are those called again? A kickflip? Jumping jacks? Roly-poly? Not a handstand. Somersault. It's not a somersault either, is it? Oh, I can move with right click.
Lissy!
I'm right outside.
Will let me go upstairs now? Nice. Oh, but I can't interact with the book. Can I interact with this? Draugen Volts? What do you think, Shosho? Shosho can actually look at this music sheet and read it like the Matrix. I got a achievement called Piano Man for playing the piano. Play us a song. You know, you can play. Yeah, I can. I'm pretty good. Actual real sheet music. Drauger er et overnaturlig vesen som forekommer i sagn langs hele nordkysten. Draugen er vanligvis beskrevet som en dauing eller etterganger som hjemsøker de levende. I norsk folkehistorie var det ofte slik at Draugen varslet dødsfall og ulykke når han dukket opp. Am I the Draugen? That's the plot twist, isn't it? Det blir sagt at Draugen bærer skinnhyren til en død fisker som hadde dauet på havet, som ikke var begravet i kristen jord. Vesenet har en tangvase til hodet. I don't know what that is. Seiler i en halv båt med fjære seil og et innsinnes skrik når han viser seg. Han har evnen til å hjemsøke drømmene til de levende, og det sies at hvis du våkner fra en drøm om Draugen, har ditt liv blitt spart. Noen som står deg nær skal snart eller noen som står deg nær skal snart lide ulykke eller død. You can read this book name later. Yeah, it says that the Draug is like a coastal Norwegian monster or something like that appears before someone is about to die. And then it says that if you have a dream about the Draug, then that means that that means that your life has been spared, or that someone close to you is about to die. That sounds every time we meet IRL. You just don't do it too close to each other. You might give each other COVID or something. But it's like an ogre as well. Oh my god. I mean, this looks pretty good. The Poggle. Me, I don't know if I want to finish this game today, but I don't know. Also me, let me explore every door that I see and read everything. I refuse to not enjoy a game to its fullest, even if it sabotages me. Even if I'm gonna have 30 minutes after this game and have to end it today. Okay, that's a random pair, I think. Norwegian Jesus. That's me! I'm Norwegian Jesus. Why, this thing's been burned. I'm burned to a crisp. Burned to a crisp. I wonder if I'm the Draugen.
I just about given up on you ever waking up.
I was looking around the house.
So we're okay with that now? Noted. Sleep well?
I dreamed of Betty. She was in the garden, and she called for me.
I think she's looking at me now. No?
How about you, Lissy dearest? Oh, you know me, old fruit, wide awake
I
at
know.
first light.
The Fretlands didn't come home, did they?
They did not. There's no sign of anyone. Aside from last night's Mistwalker.
I've been thinking about that.
He's still confused about what happened last night. Did he see all the shadows in the night?
What?
Just what was real and was imagined.
I'd just woken up. I was groggy and the mist was thick as pea soup. I don't know if I saw what I thought I saw.
You were chasing a ghost?
I didn't get a good look. I'm not even sure there was anyone there.
Well, there must be someone here. And I'm not talking about ghosts. Or goats. What was it you said yesterday? Maybe they're peeking at us through the windows.
I'll take a gander. The Fretlands will be home soon. And Betty's here. I know it. I feel it.
If you say so, Teddy Bear. Have you had your noodle juice yet?
I'm not rummaging through their cupboards.
You'll be a pill without
Noodle
your teeth and
juice?
toast, old bean. We need to get you sorted.
I'm not hungry. First point on the agenda. Find the natives.
A mission! Hot dog! I'll scout ahead. I'll meet you down by those houses.
Let's uncover your secrets, Grovik.
Dear Mr. Harden, I hope this letter finds you well. My husband John Johan and I received your letter from July 9th. We would like to extend an invitation to visit our home this October. Do not worry about being an inconvenience, as we have only one child, our daughter Ruth, and plenty of room for a visitor. We were troubled to hear of your sister Elizabeth's disappearance. Unfortunately, I have no news to share, nor do I believe she's landed in Gravik yet. I have made inquiries and shall send you another letter if there's word. I'm certain she's alright, however, and that she's simply been delayed on her journey. In regards to your travels, I'm afraid there's no longer a ferry from Ålesund to Gravik. You will need to find your own transport across the fjord. When you arrive, you'll find our farm on top of the hill. There's a road from the landing past the general store. Our farm will also be hard to see. It's the largest house in the village. Please write again when you've settled and on your travel plans, or receive word of your sister. My husband and I very much look forward to seeing you here in October. Ooh. So we're all the way at the tip of the top. There ends again, the apprentice says, I'm gonna Draug! And then it turns into a weird Draug. Yeah, that's what I'm imagining, honestly. I wish you could crouch. Hold shift to jog. I think the church is where we're gonna go next, probably. Oh, draw. Oh, what is this? Life is Strange 2? Ah, I accidentally right-clicked, dude. Oh. Well, whatever that was supposed to be. I guess we're just sitting here. I like this game so far. The atmosphere is really, really good in it. The lack of like an FOV slider is a little bit obnoxious. Leave it at art to Norway. You're in Norway. Had to Google strange. Leave at art. Probably can't go through here, I assume. I wonder if I could have explored a house more, too, after I talked to her. Because there was some stuff in there we couldn't even read for some reason.
Up here, Betty. Hey, eyes up here.
This is traitor. This is forræder. Which means traitor. Apparently the person that lives in this house is a traitor. Whatever that means.
Up here, Teddy.
Okay, you need to chillax to the max.
Hey, eyes up here.
Oh!
It's such a beautiful day.
Yeah, she is
You
imaginary.
can bottle and sell this air in Boston. It's frankly medicinal.
The sun is out, but he feels the chill to his bones. Winter approaches.
Teddy,
He's always climbing trees, rocks,
Hello?
and buildings, and it never fails to worry him.
Careful you don't fall.
you suck the fun out of everything, old boy.
We're far from any doctor. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
That's not very likely, is it?
Of course, because
I
she's
thought you were scouting ahead.
What do
imaginary.
you think I'm doing? Vantage point, like on a pirate ship. I can probably see our house in Hanover from here.
Did you check those buildings?
Knocking on doors isn't a scout's job, old bean.
There must be someone around.
Only one way to find out, old sport. Did you check all the houses?
Oh, we can. Means you trade. Wait, a traitor means you trade. Goods for money.
Hello? Anyone here?
Why? No one home?
Hello?
Okay, dude.
Who's there? Hello?
Wait, this door opens both
Anyone home?
ways? Have we got a double hinge on this door? A little bit unnecessary, but sure. Whatever floats their goat, I guess. This is, I guess... Oh, my door just closed now. But my door just closed with the wind. That feel when you're playing a Norwegian game, and the door closes by the wind in the Norwegian game, and then your door, in reality, also closes by the wind.
September 21st, 1920.
Kjære venner.
Vi desperate. Lissy, found something here. Escalated from words to stones. Blood has been spilled. The curse haunts us all. There is no hope left in... Gudsforlatte. Good. God. Right. In this God-forsaken place. The death of the... Jiminy. Death of the children was the end of Grovik. Whatever remained of our souls departed with them. You should see this, Lissy. The letter just trails off.
Oh god, it trails
Never
off.
sent.
Suddenly a smuldring rolls down the stairs from the darkness. It says, Kjære venner, vi trenger deres hjelp. Vi desperate. Våre omstendigheter uholdbare. Den gamle krigen mellom... I don't know what that word is. Den gamle krigen mellom... Noe har blitt trappet opp, og her har nå eskalert fra... Vi desperadoer. Fra stive ord til stener kastet gjennom vinduer. Blod har blitt spilt. Forbannelsen hjemsøker oss alle. Det ikke håp igjen i dette gudsflate sted. Barnas død var enden på Gravik. Was that what that word was? Det alle som var igjen det lille som var igjen av våre sjeler forsvant med dem. Okay, it says, dear friends, we need your help. We are desperate. Our conditions are unlivable or whatever. The old war between something, I don't know what that word is, has arisen again, and And that's escalated from hard words to rocks being thrown through windows. Blood has been spilled. His older talked about the curse or whatever. There's no hope for this place. The last part of our souls disappeared when the children died. Or what little was left of our souls, more specifically. This was some really short beds. Yeah, she is not real.
Did you see this door closing?
It was just the wind, teddy bear. You're as skittish as a pussycat. There's one more house. Third time's the charm.
Anyone home?
Unless they're playing hide and go seek.
Oh, can I open any of these doors? Oh, but I can't go
Three
inside.
strikes, you're out.
I don't think anyone's been home for a while. Someone painted the word traitor on one of the doors. And there was a letter. It sounded foreboding.
Well, you were wrong.
Open the door!
Open the door.
Open the door!
God bless. Elspeth is still the sole reason he's here and can't lose the sight of that. He's only seen a small part of the village. He thinks there are still many places to visit. The boat's still about the same, like a fly buzzing in his hair. There's no good reason for it to simply vanish.
Where would Betty go if she was here right now?
I'm sure she'd go for soda pop. Do you think they'll have cola at the general store?
Doubtful.
Boo.
Betty likes exploring.
Where are you going?
Oh. I thought, I
Where are
thought,
you going?
I thought we would go check out the general store.
Edward, I'm talking to you.
Alright, so we're not doing that.
Teddy, where are you going?
Betty likes exploring new places. She'd have done the same here. And she'd have left some trace of where she'd gone. I just need to put myself in her mind. See this place through her eyes.
Well, it's a bright and beautiful day, and we have nothing better to do.
What on earth are you doing?
Handstands, Teddy! My record is 2 minutes. I'm working on 3. Just go on ahead. I'll catch up.
Okay. Well, you've been handstanding for significantly longer than that, but sure. I can do a handstand for 1 second. Hey, that's more impressive than me. I can do a thing where you say you're doing a handstand and then just stand on your feet. I can do that. I can do a handstand upside down though. Oh, I can like this. This is an upside down handstand. Can you do a stand check? Well, I feel like I might be forced to in a few seconds there with that question. There we go. All these like drawing things feel a little bit weird. Like I'm not sure what they were going for with this. It's just you go sit down. No, there's not even if you're like sitting down or anything. Then the camera randomly pans to third person, and so like whole music starts playing in the background. As we enjoy the landscape, but I don't feel like the mood of this game is enjoying the landscape. I feel like the mood of this game is very much, I want to find my sister. Not I'm gonna take like time to down and write, or like to draw. This felt a little bit like we need the character to do. We want to have these places where you can kind of just look at the environment. We need the character to do something. Fredrik Fretland og sønn. I think that's it. So it's Frederick Fretland and his son.
Don't go back to Hanover and stay here instead.
And how would I survive?
Hunt, harvest, forage. People have survived here for centuries. Why can't we?
I wouldn't even know where to begin.
I could learn. I'd start with goats. Goats can be eaten and milked. Probably not in that order.
Fretland and Son.
How do you figure?
It's on the sign above the entrance. And on this photograph. Frederick and Simon Fretland. They had a memorial service for the accident in the mine. On July 24th, in the village church.
For something that happened 20 years ago?
It still affected their lives. The telegraph is out of order.
Well, there goes my plan. NOSOS.
This was 2 years ago, but the notice is still up.
How can it take 2 years to get something like that fixed?
If they couldn't afford it? Or couldn't get anyone to come fix it?
Or they didn't care.
This really is off the map. Here be dragons. Or Draugens, I guess.
Nice.
The ferry route is no longer operating.
Title.
Rats.
Mrs. Fretland already informed me in her letter.
I know. Still warrants a resounding rats.
I wonder why it stopped running.
Look around. How many people live here? 20? 30? That can't be enough for a ferry route.
Things got quieter after the mine closed down.
They need to move on and find something else to put their village on the map.
Where is the mine? Probably in that
Apple
direction.
farming, maybe. Frederick Fretland and Son.
How do you speak
Johan's
Norwegian?
brother and nephew.
The Fretlands have their fingers in all the pies, including the only store in town.
Also the post office and telegraph. There may be something that'll lead us to Betty in there.
Or at least to some canned sardines. We need to get you fed, old bean.
This girl is so gosh darn obnoxious. I would die if I had listened to her for 30 minutes. I don't mind her so far. But she does,
Why lock any doors? I can't imagine they have a problem with punks and hoodlums.
The sign says they're closed, but I thought maybe... Hello?
Hello?
Are you open? Is anyone there?
Can't you just bust down the door? Locks be damned.
Breaking and entering, I will not. I'll just dislocate my shoulder.
Barnemorder is what that says. Child murderer. I think she's a pretty good companion. I just think the game has like a lot of like stuff. Well, there was like a moment. It hasn't been too bad now, but it's like a lot of stuff to like read and interact with, and all of it is like interact with for a second, and she's like talking over you. That feels like a little bit of a weird choice. I mean, can I just like push her through the window or something? Well, I can't because she's imaginary. Well, I guess I'm not sure I was paying attention, but I guess we're not going in here then, or?
Betty would have taken plenty of constitutionals here. She loves the outdoors.
How so? She's a city girl.
I'm sure she gets tired of Manhattan. And when she was little, she loved playing in the garden back in Hanover. Just,
I'm an island boy. Wait, was that painted over when we got here? I don't think it was. Oh, it probably was. Once of a conversation is painful if you talk to me IRL.
There's no damage to the rope.
I don't know what that means.
Nobody cut it. I guess the knot could have unraveled on its own.
Didn't you say you used a sailor's knot?
I'm a scholar, not a fisherman.
So, who took our boat? A ghost?
Current.
It was probably the current that took our boat.
If you say so. But then who were you chasing after last night? A ghost?
I don't know. It was probably all in my head.
In your head. Is she gonna be in my... Oh, shit.
You'd have thought someone would have seen us by now.
Even if they were all hiding indoors. Maybe there was a spell or curse that made them all invisible.
Honestly, Lissy.
Or maybe we are the invisible ones. But then we would see them, wouldn't we? No, I think my original thesis is more likely.
The villagers turning invisible is the more likely thesis.
Do try to keep an open mind, Edward, darling.
Oh, here's a boat.
A boat! Teddy! Hot dog! This is our ticket out of here!
Hey, it feels
Not
back, man.
Betty.
Would it's rotten? It was here since this boat has been
Besides,
seaworthy.
the woods rotted through. This boat isn't seaworthy. It's curious. The state of the boats. It's like they stopped taking care of them.
Seems short-sighted. How would they fish? Or get anywhere at all?
So who took our boat? The ghost? I beat her with a rock and devour her flesh on the spot. Jojo, no!
What's this?
Det är en minne om de som mistet livet i gruben.
Remember, I told you yesterday. There was a mine here.
Arne
Closed down
Fetland.
20 years ago.
I know, Edward. I was just checking for a sense of humor. Still nowhere to be found.
Till minne om. It's a memorial. 3 men died when the mine collapsed in 1902.
Georg,
Hatlestad,
Nils,
Niels Frambu,
Arne.
Arne Fretland.
See, this is what working a regular job. Did you say Fretland?
Ja.
The younger brother who was mentioned in the article.
These people sure have a lot of unseaworthy boats just lying around.
What did they use this for?
Bringing the ore down from the mine before it was loaded onto boats.
So, diamonds? Gold?
Iron.
Or just boring old silver?
Iron ore.
Or what?
Rock, which contains iron
I know.
deposits that...
Okay, Edward. I don't understand why they just leave this here. Like an altar to adversity. It's creepy.
Rustic superstition. Perhaps they believed they'd attract bad luck if they moved it.
This place looks pretty nice.
Where do these tracks lead?
To the mine. Where else would they go?
I don't know. A castle up in the mountains where the frost giants live? And this is how they receive their monthly offering of,
Hey, listen, you can keep talking while I'm walking. Don't be like also.
No trespassing for traitors.
Cool. Want to jump the gate and explore what's on the other side?
Hell yeah.
What do you say, old
Edward
sport?
isn't particularly enthused by the idea of climbing the fence and braving the path of
The
the
sign
hill.
says no trespassing for a reason.
Come on! There may be trolls, or at least more houses. Where's your sense of adventure, old sport? Don't you want to see where these tracks go?
They lead to the old mine, and no. I've had enough adventure on this side of the fence. Besides, they wrote no trespassing for a reason.
You're such a terrible bore, Teddy Bear.
Well, there's no trespassing for traitors.
I'll wager 1,000 clams you'll jump this gate at some point, if you believe Betty's on the other side.
Frederick Fretland. Who are these traitors he refers to?
What now? We've looked everywhere.
There really doesn't seem to be anyone around.
Maybe we missed something. An important clue. How about the general store? We haven't been inside yet.
It looked deserted, but worth another look, I guess.
How does the minecart travel over fence? Well, it doesn't. It's they're not using this anymore. The mine shut down like 20 years ago. It ain't. How to push her into a 5-story deep hole?
Is that? Lizzie, come here. It's Betty's hat. She was here. She could still be in there. Betty? Betty!
Are you sure, Edward? I mean, it's just a hat. Is it even a hat?
I know my
sure
sister's hat, Lizzie. I have to get inside.
What about the breaking and entering part?
I could care less what they call it.
Hell yeah! Oh no, he's going full Grand Theft Auto. Now I can finally go through here.
Here's an open window.
You seem eager to break the law. I approve.
It won't budge.
Nah, don't be a milquetoast.
Well, it's stuck.
Attaboy, Teddy. You can do this.
I'm Grand Theft Autoing so hard right now. I'm performing Grand Theft
I believe I'm actually breaking.
Auto.
Whoops, Daisy.
Oh my, Teddy. You're such a sap.
Can I get up maybe, or? Notice how she didn't help us up.
Edward Charles Harding, dilettante, world traveler, cat burglar.
A cat burglar would, by definition, enter a building on a higher
Jeez.
floor.
The state of this place.
Oh, Betty,
Edward,
I hope you weren't here when.
is this blood?
Not necessarily human blood.
Oh, it's a list of traitors.
That's all right then.
Jonathan,
What does it say?
Johan Fretland.
Barn murder? Someone murdered a barn?
No, it's child murderer. Oh, and Anne Fretland. Those are traitors apparently. So Johan and Anne. So I think those are the people that we were here to meet, right? On top of the thing.
Barn means child, and mortar, that's.
Child murderer. Edward, they murdered a child?
Someone thought so.
Probably
69
the same
oh,
someone
they say
who
that.
vandalized the store.
Oh yeah, you're right.
I'm not sure how I feel about being in here.
Don't be ridiculous. We're all alone. What else do you suggest we do?
It's the same photograph as in the
Johan's
farmhouse,
gone. At
Yeah.
least, I assume he's the one who's been snip.
but Frederick clearly did not want anything to do
I guess
with
it
his
was
twin brother.
Frederick's kid that died. And Johan still had they still had their daughter. But why so upset at spaghetti? I suggest second-degree murder. A woman in my video game? Whee! Why I
What
put
are you
the
doing?
Looking for keys.
Your life of crime continues.
Ja, far jeg puttet nøkkelen i kassa som du ba om.
There's a note.
Is it written in Viking runes? What does it say?
It's from Simon. Yai put it means I put. Knuckle is key.
Ja.
Casa. I don't know what that word means.
He put the key in the casa?
Casa.
It's
I
box.
have my dictionary. The note's addressed
Or
to his
in,
father.
in this case,
So
it would
the
probably
key
be the
was
cash
moved.
register.
But where to?
Somewhere safer. Or more convenient.
Cash register,
Can we
probably.
really trust your translations? You only started studying a month ago.
I spent the summer reading, and I had a lot of free time on the ocean voyage.
Come on, how much could you possibly pick up in a few months?
You know my mind, it's a sponge.
Knowing Norwegian is shitty for the game, is it actually?
These were never sent.
How long have they been piling up?
I was thinking about
I
that
received
earlier.
Mrs. Fretland's letter in June, and they received my letter from July.
A couple of months. Perhaps the world forgot about Grovik.
Earlier there was a book we couldn't like read, but it was like on a table, and the character didn't pick it up in the translate, but I like read it in Norwegian. It was talking about like the name of the game.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
Perhaps there wasn't much demand for it anymore.
S.
Even a mere sweet gets the gist of it.
S.
SOS.
Out of order.
Why hasn't it been fixed?
So this is
Perhaps there wasn't much
Kassa.
demand- Kassa.
So that's what it means. Cash register. You're a genuine gangster now, old fruit. Don't worry. If you get busted, I'll come visit you in the big house. The Vandals weren't here for the money.
I think money was the last thing on their minds.
Wasn't there supposed to be a key?
Here it is.
Yep, that's it. En 2 kroner. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Sending out an SOS. Alright, so I can't interact with... Oh, there we go. Oh.
It is her hat.
Oh, all money. Looks like
I'm
I
not sure that's
I assume it is accurate. I wasn't alive in 1920s.
But if that is her hat, what's it doing in a locked storeroom?
Another breadcrumb.
That's not an answer.
I know for sure she was here. That's what matters.
You know best, Edward. So, what now? If this is a breadcrumb, where's the next one?
There must be a reason her hat's in this room.
I want to read those
What's
notes.
that?
A handwritten note.
I don't...
Not
I might know the
mine.
song. I don't remember it though.
What does it say, you silly goose?
It's hard to read. I'm not sure my translation will be... Johan, you...
Det är så hjärta.
Refuse. You refuse to speak to me, so I write this letter instead. It's from Frederick Fretland to his brother.
Jo, men reptiker, den...
Simon did not...
Deres Ruth.
Bloody hell. Simon did not murder your Ruth. He was fond of his cousin.
Ruth. Ruth is the daughter of Anna and Johan, which means the little girl in the photograph at the farmhouse. Oh, Edward. The Fretland girl was murdered. This is simply awful.
Simon was working at the farm while I tended to the store. I would have seen him had he passed on the way up to the cliffs.
They thought Simon killed Ruth. His own cousin.
Ruth was... what's that word? Playing. Ruth was always playing on the rocks below the church. She must have fallen by accident. The note ends there. Frederick never finished it. And Johan never read it. Not that it would have made a difference. If Johan
The
thought...
mob showed up for Simon. His father would have tried to protect him.
September 17th. You would have been here, Betty.
Rocks below the church.
I know
Isn't
exactly.
the church right above us?
Yeah.
Edward, come look at this. That's the cliff. Right there. The
I'm not
one in the
s-
note? I bet you 1,000,000 clams.
I know exactly where to
See
go.
for yourself.
I guess that could be where...
Let's check it out.
No, Lissy, wait.
He's already outside. Mention about my place. I think I know that. I think I would recognize if I heard it. I vaguely recognize it.
I found it, Teddy. The cliff. I'm standing right below it.
What are you doing? This doesn't concern
A
us.
little girl died. We're staying in her home, for God's sake. Are you completely without...
She is so imaginary.
Yourself up here, Edward Harden, right this minute.
She is the most imaginary person I've ever imagined.
Come on. It's an easy climb.
This looks very dangerous.
Oh, you're a big
Oh,
boy?
maybe
Start
not.
acting like it. It's not Mount Everest.
I don't know about this. Whoopsie daisy.
That was like chest height for you, my dude. I could walk down that. I don't know why you pretended that was like the hardest climb you've ever done in your entire existence.
What is this?
Where little Ruth died.
You're being morbid. And this is a distraction. I'm here for Betty, not because some girl
Edward.
got herself...
You insensitive brute. You're like the Tin Woodman, no heart. You know, you've grown cold and mean in that horrid study of yours. With only books and bugs to keep you company for years and years and years. There are other people in this world, you know. It's not all about you. You're going to do this. If not for Ruth, then for us. We're going to figure out what happened to the poor girl. Together.
Together! We will devour the gods together!
That's been here a while.
Didn't you say it happened over a month ago?
You'd think her family would have replaced it with fresh flowers.
Is that blood?
Oh my
Girl
god.
could have hit her head on that rock. There would have been plenty of blood.
That's awful. I think there's something behind it. Can you move the rock aside?
Something struck this bush. She must have landed on it when... on her way down.
That's ghastly, Edward.
At least 30 feet? Is this... Isn't this... Well, yeah, that's probably about 30 feet, I
Long
guess.
fall. Far enough to crush the girl's skull.
Edward Charles Hardin.
What?
Oh, you're hopeless.
I didn't have to move that to pick up the doll, but sure.
It must be Ruth's.
Where's the head?
Maybe the killer
The
also
Draugen
decapitates
symbol.
dolls.
Hold on. This pin. This is old. Very old. Looks like something from the Viking era.
We are in the land of Vikings.
This could be 1,000 years old. It does not belong in a child's doll.
You belong in a museum.
Yes. Ruth is dead and you're obsessing about a rusty old pin? Let's go further up. Maybe we'll find more clues. Come on, old sport. It's not far.
Can you wait just 1 minute so that I can catch my breath? Huh. Did
It's
you follow
almost-
the same path, Betty? Or am I just stumbling through darkness?
Wait, did she like fall like twice?
You can see clear
Oh,
beyond
never
the
mind.
edge of the world.
One
Oh,
second.
teddy bear. We need to take you out walking more often.
So, the girl fell from up here.
Was pushed, you mean. Can you see where she fell? Seeing as you're so concerned about me falling out of trees, I wouldn't want to risk falling off a cliff.
Sure, let me lean over real quick. You know, just normal stuff you do.
Certainly high enough to kill a child.
I mean,
If I had to go, this would be the way to do
it's not
it.
enough to kill anyone, my
Soar
dude.
through the air like
If anything, a child will have less chance
Like a
to
rock.
die, right? Because they're way less.
If she fell head first on that rock, she'd have died instantly.
Edward, honestly.
You wanted to learn more. This is you learning more. She hit her head and fell into the bush where I found her doll. Happy now, Alice?
I'm not. What was she doing up here in the first place?
Wait,
Playing? She was a child. Children play in dangerous places.
true.
There must be more to it. Let's find out where this path leads.
No, absolutely not. I don't have time for this nonsense. We're running out of daylight, and Betty's still... You're still out there.
I have some clips kind of like this around near my house, where I played as a kid too. This could have been me. I could have been this person. I could have been Ruth.
Lissy, slow down. I can't keep up with you. Who knows what's up there? It's not worth the risk of falling and breaking something. Lissy? Are you there?
Oh my
Teddy.
god.
My word. Look away, Lissy.
Is that an actual
Is
person?
this what happened to the villagers? They killed themselves?
It's one body. Let's not jump to conclusions.
It says, God, God forgive
This is
me
just ghastly.
on the side.
What made him do this? How long has he been?
From the state of the body, perhaps a couple of weeks. It depends on temperature.
Couple of weeks?
Was he executed?
He could have kicked the chair away himself.
Couple of weeks out in the wild? I don't know about that one.
What does that say?
God forgive me.
Don't suicides go to hell? Isn't that what your father said when
Stop.
your mother drowned
Don't.
herself?
What the hell? Yeah, she's imaginary.
Sorry.
She is very. Lissy is very much imaginary.
Who was he? One of the Fretlanders?
It's not Johann or Frederick. And he's too old to be Simon.
Do you think this has something to do with Ruth? Maybe she came across the hanged man before she died, and it scared her. So she ran, and
This happened later.
there's some consolation in that, I guess. Maybe it's the killer. The guilt ate him up, and he offed himself.
That's just speculation with no basis in fact. There's nothing more to do here. I'm going back. Let the poor soul rest in peace.
Rip.
Does it look like he's resting in peace? You're just going to leave him hanging? You're an insensitive brute.
I'm here for Betty. It's tragic, but really none of my concern.
Betty, Betty, Betty. Always just Betty.
Yes.
You don't care about anyone else. Look at me when I'm talking to you.
What do you?
As I was saying, look at me when I'm talking to you. What if that was me up there? Would you care then? All you do is obsess over a scarf and a hat and ugh.
It's all I have of Betty.
Betty, there she is again. Edward, the hanged man, he's someone. No matter what he did or didn't do, he deserves
Well, this is gonna happen.
respect.
I mean, they have to be forced to
Please
look at him
just
for
do
some
this
reason, right?
one decent deed. If not for me, then for yourself. Or for your Betty.
Why would he care? She doesn't even exist. Lissy is a goddamn bitch.
What are you doing? You can't just pull him down by his legs. Try loosening the noose.
Yeah,
I can't reach that far.
there's a luxury here. Don't you wish that you could be luxury?
I'm going to be sick. I can't do this.
Yes, you can. Teddy. Edward. I know you can.
Well, they're just
You've been through much worse.
pull him down. I think you just untie a noose around someone's neck. I don't think how that works, but while they're still hanging, I think that's the opposite of how a noose would work. Oh well, she ran away.
Where are the Fretlands, Edward?
It's been 2 days. If they're not back tonight,
They're not coming back.
perhaps they left after their daughter died.
Was murdered, you mean? Isn't that what we think happened?
Murder. The simple solution he believes is often the correct one. The villagers believe Simon killed Ruth,
Any for
and
your
so he
thoughts?
most likely did. When tragedy befalls them, Edward thinks people tend to look for a
Perhaps
scapegoat.
she fell by accident.
So you don't think it was murder?
It's difficult to say with any certainty. The boy could have pushed her.
You're really not helping.
Can we talk about this tomorrow? I'm sorry.
You're exhausted.
I buried a corpse today, Alice.
I know. I'm sorry. Why don't you sleep in the guest bedroom?
The couch is fine. The Fretlands could still come home.
All right. Just don't come crying to me if you wake up with a crick in your neck. I'll be up for a while. if you feel like talking.
I'll just push out the top part of the news that keeps it on. But yeah, but wouldn't that part be really tight? Because the corpse is still hanging from the news. That's what I mean. Like if someone
What did you
lifted
find?
the corpse or
Someone
something, I
tried
could
to
see it.
burn this.
But
Just like the book. Isn't that odd?
It's addressed to Mrs. Fretland. My dearest Anna. It's from her sister, Margaret.
it's written in
Frederick's
English.
wife.
Oh yeah, because
The
they're
two
English.
brothers married sisters, remember?
Yes. And it's adorable. Keep reading.
I really shouldn't.
Really? How else are we going to figure out what happened? Keep reading.
My dearest Anna, I miss you so very, very much. The baby is due soon, and I wish for our family to reunite before... It's been 7 years since the dreadful incident at the mine. Can we not convince Frederick and Johann to forgive and forget? I know there are things Frederick has not told me about what they found and why they parted ways. Their grudge is tearing us all apart. Frederick won't even let me speak to half of our neighbors, accusing them of treason. He's so very angry and full of regrets. It's eating him up. And we...
And we what?
The rest is unreadable.
Margaret reached out to her sister. But I guess it didn't work.
This was written before Simon was born, but burned recently.
Dun, 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 dun. Norway. The Norwegian flag. I mean, this isn't English. We can read this, but I mean, it's if he's not gonna. There's a read button. Okay, I was gonna say if he's not gonna read it, then I'm not gonna do it either. Oh man, I was gonna say I don't want to read it because it's hard to read, but. August 3rd. This morning I had lemon juice in hot water with no sugar instead of tea. I also had half an apple and dry toast. I've been gaining weight lately. I read about this diet in the paper. It's apparently very popular in London. I'm dreadfully hungry and crave fried eggs and sausages. August 4th, 1923. We received an odd letter yesterday addressed to Johann. It's from an American gentleman, Mr. Edward Harden of Hanover, Massachusetts. The letter was well written and very polite. Mr. Harden received our information from the Ålesund police when he requested a contact in Gravik. I do wonder why they gave him Johann's name and not Frederick's. Perhaps because our dear Margaret is no longer with us, and I'm better prepared to respond in English than Frederick. Mr. Harden is inquiring about his sister Elizabeth Harden, who's traveling on her own. Apparently she's a journalist. Imagine that, crossing the Atlantic Ocean to write about Norway. It sounds wonderful. The letter said Elizabeth telegraphed her brother from Ålesund to inform him that she'd plan to visit Gravik. Why she'd want to come to this dreary old place, I have no idea. There's nothing here worth writing about anymore. His sister has not arrived yet. If she had, I would have tired her out with questions about America. Being a journalist and traveling the world on her own, she sounds so interesting. I hope she does come, even though she will surely be bored out of her mind. I'll write Mr. Harden today. Johann is not comfortable writing letters, especially in English. He agrees that we should invite Mr. Harden to stay here if he decides to come. After all, there are no guest houses in Gravik, and our spare room is rarely used. Also, I have to admit, having a visitor from America sounds terribly exciting. This morning I had a boiled egg and a butter toast after Johann told me I was being silly and that I do not need to lose any weight, seeing as we're not in London and no one cares. True, based. I wrote Mr. Harden to invite him to stay at the house if he decides to come. I'm terribly excited. I do worry for his sister. I wonder where she could be. There was an argument in the shop earlier today. Frederick was yelling at poor Astrid, claiming their goat had been grazing on his land. I wanted to speak up, but knew I'd only make him angrier. Johann went across the fjord this morning to purchase some necessities, including new fabrics, and to pick up the post. The letters have been piling up in the store. I sometimes worry the world has completely forgotten about us. I finished another dress today. This one is for myself. There are no customers anymore. No one here needs another dress, and it's been ages since we visited the city. I hardly know anyone there, and who would want their dresses made in Gravik when they can have one tailored in Ålesund? I feel lonely today. I miss my dear Margaret so much after all these years. I think Ruth is hiding something from me. She's been awfully secretive. She goes off on her own even more than usual, and her clothes are filthy. I don't mind her playing and exploring, of course. I always did regret Margaret and I not being allowed to run free when we were little. Ruth says she's just looking for flowers and pretty rocks. I shouldn't worry so much. Simon stopped by today with a gift for Ruth, a whole bar of chocolate. He's a sweet boy, but Frederick would be furious if he knew. I asked if Ruth she's placed up by Frederick's farm or near the old mine. She promised she doesn't. I've never had a reason not to trust her, but I still feel like she's hiding something from me. I looked at her drawing, so while she was out, she's got such an imagination. We received another letter from Mr. Harden. He'll be here in October as planned. I look forward to having someone else to speak with, if only for a few days. Not that Johan isn't good company, but we have little to converse about outside of our daily routines. There's been no sign of Mr. Harden's sister yet. If she left Ålesund weeks ago, where could she be? She may well have decided to stop along the way. We've heard nothing, but we so rarely speak with anyone outside Gravik these days. I do hope she's alright. I would hate for Mr. Harden to come all this way to no avail. Ruth is still being secretive. I know she's hiding something. One of these days I will follow her. No, oh, I wonder if she killed her daughter. No church service again today. The vicar hasn't been back since the memorial service in July. Johan believes he won't be back, and that he has given up on Gravik like everyone else. I think I'm coming down with a cold. Someone damaged our boat during the night. That's our third one this month. Johan suspects Frederick, of course. I fear something is bubbling to the surface again after all these years. I'm not at all feeling well and spent most of yesterday and today in bed. Ruth was sweet and brought me a potato soup and tea with honey and milk. September 18th, 1923. She has left us. Our dearest Ruth is gone. I cannot believe it was Simon's doing. He too is now gone, and with him all hope Gravik had left in it. Cool. Already played the piano, because I'm the piano man. We can probably read this now? No, we can't. Still can't read the book about the Draugen that Ruth had in her bedroom. It's the end of the world as we know it. I'm so exhausted from listening to Lucy. She's not even saying anything right now. She's been completely quiet. Just looking out the window. Should it trigger some kind of PTSD within me?
What are you doing?
Betty will want these back.
I don't think it's healthy
Not now,
to...
please. I'm exhausted.
So we'll find her coat, and then we'll find that little, like, pin she has on her coat, I bet.
You do look exhausted. Go to bed, Edward. I'll tuck you in.
Why don't we sleep upstairs? I'm so confused.
Quite the day, huh?
I'm ready to pass out. Where will you sleep?
I'll be up for a while. My mind's simply racing.
Don't stay up late.
Well, it's also imaginary,
Wake me if you
so...
hear the Fretlands arriving.
Of course. And I'll keep my eyes open for any ghosts that might want to haunt you in your sleep.
There are no...
Hush now. Sleep.
I mean, is Lizzie just Elizabeth? I've had a little bad experiences on communication in my childhood that impacted me. Day 3. .com. Hey, we didn't have any nightmare. I feel like this is very intentional, like the first thing you see when you wake up for a reason. The way it's framed too feels very specific. Touch. I'm out of touch. I'm out of touch. I mean, let's say it sounds a lot like our sister, kind of, right? Like she's very adventurous.
Lissy?
Right up the stairs, Teddy. Teddy? Is that you?
This is her room.
Yeah.
Are you paying attention? Ruth. Can you imagine? One moment you're living a perfectly happy life, and then
Oh, this is cool. You can see the two
Nothing.
families.
darkness. Forever and ever.
The parents glaring at each other, except for Ruth's mom, I
Maybe
guess.
there's something here that can tell us what happened to her.
Ruth and
This is
Simon are
wasting
like
my time.
separated.
We might be the only ones left to tell her story, Edward.
You're just being melodramatic.
This is a cool drawing.
I'll help you look.
It's the same thing, I guess.
Ruth was an artist.
This is very primitive.
Have you ever met a child?
I could not draw like this.
She wasn't Monet. She was 8.
This looks way better than I could ever
That
draw.
must be Ruth and Simon's fathers.
Perhaps. They weren't on the best of terms.
They look like they want to kill each other.
To a child, maybe it looked
Look at
worse
those.
than
Look
it
at
was.
those hands.
Children are more insightful than you give them credit for, Teddy Bear.
These drawings are way too good for an 8-year-old.
Draugen.
Hey, the undead monster from those folk tales you read.
What an odd book for a child to have.
I don't know. Children love scary stories.
Ooh,
This
base.
looks interesting. Read some of it to me, please.
Oh, 1 second. Oh, you want to read this? Sure. I already read that to my chat, but I'll read it to you as well.
In Norwegian folklore, the appearance of Draugen, the reanimated corpse of a drowned mariner, heralds death. Draugen haunts the Black Seas in a shattered boat. The beast has a man's body and wears a sou'wester. But instead of a head, there is tangled seaweed.
What is that
The
sou'wester?
revenant's chilling cry freezes mortal blood to ice.
Oh.
Draugen has the power to enter the dreams of the living. If you wake from such a dream, you have been spared, though someone close to you.
I mean, I think
That's enough of that.
Ease in this Greek is more like a chilling
Nonsense, of course.
screech.
Not something a child should be reading.
Do you think Draugen took our boat? Maybe he's out there,
Yeah,
on the fjord,
very possible.
waiting for nightfall so he can return to shore.
No.
And your soul lacks poetry, Edward Charles Harden. I pity you.
Oh, she hid something somewhere. It's like a tree or something.
She found something.
Where's that supposed to be?
A cave. Or
Oh.
Mine.
Mine, yeah.
It could be. But what did she find?
something important enough to draw.
Interesting.
This must be the village church. That's Ruth and her family on one side of the aisle. Simon and his father on the other.
A community divided.
She made her bed that morning. Before she...
Or her parents did.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter. It tells us nothing.
Why are you like this today? Betty's not the only person in the world that
Oh,
matters.
the dragon came for the chest.
She matters the most to me.
Ain't that the truth?
The dragon came for the chest.
Ruth never finished this. What does that spell? F-O-R-B.
The curse.
Banelson. The curse.
Who's that figure supposed to be? It's
The
creepy.
dragon.
It looks a bit like the Draugen in her book.
Yeah.
A figment of her imagination. But the box she drew
The same one from the other
looks
thing.
like this
Oh.
box under her desk.
Really? Let me see. Pull it out. What is this?
I believe this might qualify as actual treasure.
Is that Norwegian money?
Sort of, but ancient. Viking coins.
Are they valuable?
Not in terms of monetary value, but historically. Well, they belong in a museum.
They belong in a
Looks like
museum.
Ruth had her own private museum.
Why would a child have these artifacts?
She must have enjoyed collecting and playing with them.
These are much too precious to play with. She should have given these to an adult.
She was a child, Edward. To her, they were just shiny toys. Wait! The pin! On the doll!
This is where it came from, her collection.
But where did she find these treasures?
If we're to believe her drawing, perhaps the mine. She may have found a gravesite. Wherever she found them, she wanted to keep them hidden.
You think someone found out?
These items wouldn't necessarily be worth much, except to a historian or archaeologist.
What if this is how... I mean, if someone learned she'd been collecting treasures, they might be willing to do terrible things.
Why? Read. Art to read, but it does nothing.
There's a story here.
Forbius.
The treasure box, the drawings.
The overactive mind of an imaginative child.
She didn't imagine the Viking artifacts. You shouldn't be so dismissive. The drawings could be her way of dealing with traumatic
This is
events.
what happens when I read you the principles of psychology. You get notions.
You say that like it's a bad thing. Ruth was troubled. The village was troubled, and... Is that a bell?
The church bell. Someone's here. Maybe Betty.
Why would Betty ring the church bell?
Perhaps she's in trouble.
Perhaps she's in
I need
trouble.
to get to the church right now.
Wait, isn't it more likely to be the person you saw the other night? We
I
should be
told
careful.
you, I'm not sure that was anything. Come on.
Go ahead. I'll catch up with you before you get there. I need a minute to think about all of this.
Alright. Well, she can't follow us because she can't open doors because she's imaginary. Do 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 do. As we are aware, she is in fact imaginary.
Where are you?
I'm up at the farm.
Do 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 do.
July 24th. Memorial service. A commemoration of the accident at the mine this past summer. No services after that.
That's a lot of graves for such a
All
small
these
place.
Fresh graves. Do you think that maybe
No.
Betty?
I'd know.
But
You wouldn't understand. Elizabeth and I, we have A bond.
God, Edward. Your obsession with her is really starting to grate.
Oh, I can just head down here, apparently. Interesting. It's a real ancient-looking Norwegian church.
Why board up a church?
Gud er ikke her means God is not here.
Regardless of how they got past the boards, there's someone in there.
Who did this?
Someone who'd lost their faith.
Gone fishing?
God is not here.
Well, of course he isn't. You won't find God in a church. God is the wind in the trees, the grass between your toes,
Okay,
the brook that runs
That's
through.
nature, not God.
Can you peek through the boards?
pick through these, or oh, you want to pick through here? Oh yeah, yeah. I see a lot. I see a lot through these boards. Or remove. Okay.
See anyone?
No,
Listen! The bell! They're still in there!
Let's tear it all down.
Hello? I heard the bell.
This is giving me
I'm
the
here to help.
heebie-jeebies.
These boards look flimsy enough to break.
Look at that. The Ethel becomes an Edward. I didn't think you had it in you, old fruit.
Be quiet. Betty? Are you here? Hello? This is Edward Harden. I'm looking for my sister,
Stop
Elizabeth.
shouting, Edward. We're alone. There are only ghosts here.
There are no ghosts.
I don't know about that.
That bell still bothers me.
What's this rope for?
The bell.
This is the bell we heard ringing?
I
Yeah.
don't see any other bells.
So you have to stand here and pull this rope to ring it.
Yes.
Yes.
But there was no one here. You didn't see anyone, right?
No. No one.
Ghosts. I'm telling you. It's ghosts.
You are a ghost, and you're also out of.
So what happened to
They're
the
also
Hunchback
blurry.
of Grovik?
They must be here still. There's only the one exit.
Maybe it was the wind.
A church bell's too heavy. It can't have been the wind. I mean... I don't know. Maybe it was the wind. There's no one here.
I don't like that sound. Please stop.
But you could crouch.
Lissy. Look. Betty's gloves. They are definitely Betty's.
Oh,
Must have
for
been the
God's
wind.
sake.
In Boston, before she left for New York. She bought them at Woolworth. I remember the day she... She's here.
Where? And why would she leave her clothes lying around? It doesn't make
Breadcrumbs.
sense.
She's sending me a message. She knew I'd recognize her gloves. Her hat. She's left a trail for me to follow, like Ariadne's red thread.
We're not in a lab.
Betty will have left more crumbs.
Betty, you're turning into such a pill.
Is she jealous? My imaginary girlfriend is jealous of my real,
happened
very real
here?
sister.
The sign on the door. God is not here. Their faith was challenged, and it didn't survive.
Døde.
The church book, a record of births and deaths.
So we can find out what happened to the people in the village?
And Elizabeth. I mean, if she was dead,
Her name would be in the book.
Only one name.
vandals. They tore it to pieces.
I don't think the missing pages left the church. Look,
They considered this a sacred place. For them to destroy it.
Jesus looks sad.
What reason would Jesus have to be happy?
Don't be blasphemous.
Given that this is
Come on, Jesus, you look so gosh darn sad on the being crucified to that cross, man. Give us a little bit of a smile.
all fiction, blasphemy is a contradiction.
Heretic. I've never seen you read the Bible before.
I've read the Bible many times. It's an important historical document.
Han er vår Han er vår fred, han som gjorde det begge og nedbrøt. Maybe he'll translate for me.
For he is our peace, who hath made both one, and hath broken down the middle wall of partition between us.
Did you just translate that into Olden English?
I happen to know the verse by heart.
You still manage to surprise me sometimes.
Interesting. Not sure what that's supposed to mean.
Isn't this a fire hazard?
They're not
No.
always lit. Each candle represents a single prayer.
That's a lot of prayers.
There were a lot of deaths.
The final dinner.
The Last Supper. Who taught you about the New Testament?
I pick up on things. Most folks aren't
The
heathen.
final dinner.
How many pages are missing?
I counted 4.
They're probably all still here.
Open
I
your
know.
door.
Let's make it a competition. 1-0 to Team Me.
Open your door.
What's that?
The last sermon that was held here.
What does it say?
The vicar's handwriting is hard to decipher, and the language.
The last lunch.
He talks about the village being divided for 20 years. This sermon was held on the anniversary of the accident this past summer. He's asking the congregation to help heal old wounds, to forgive, and move on. Something to the effect of, you sit in separate aisles in God's house.
Like Ruth's drawing. I told you, she was perceptive.
Forgiveness. Forgiveness.
Till hverandre.
Edward?
Forgive each other. It addresses Johann and Frederick directly. But I wonder if they were even here.
Remember the wedding picture? They were close friends once. How could they allow their grudge to escalate until...
You call each other traitors, but the only thing you've betrayed are the bonds that unite us. It sounds like Grovik was split in two, between those who stood by Johann and those who supported Frederick.
Because of Ruth?
The sermon is from before that. No, this is all about the preceding 20 years of division and disagreements. Here's something else. Many of you believe Grovik was cursed 20 years ago. God has not cursed you. This curse is of your own making.
Ruth's drawing mentioned a curse. What do you think that means?
It means they believed they were cursed, and that they needed something or someone to blame for their misfortune.
I'll have you know I received 30 gold on our atheists.
I wanted you to find that one. I know what a rotten loser you are.
I mean, I saw this one before, but I guess I couldn't.
Found another one. You get it. It's right here. Just one more page missing.
I know where it is. I know where it is. It's right here. It's right here. There.
2 for 2. A tie. Good job, Teddy. Old
Stop,
bean.
Lissy. This is not a game. What are you doing? We're in a church.
Thought you didn't believe in God.
I do believe in civility.
Do.
This book goes back years. It lists births and deaths. Here's the 3rd Fretland brother. The one who died in a cave-in. Someone added the word for Banelson, probably quite
Yeah,
recent.
that means curse.
What does that mean again?
Curse. That word is all
Lotte?
over this book. Not just the men who died in the mine, but other deaths in the last 20 years.
Ruth's drawing and the sermon both mentioned a curse. What do you think it means?
I don't know. There were surprisingly few births.
Perhaps they blame that on the curse as well.
Oh, a lot of.
Look here. Ruth Elsa Fretland. She was buried in the cemetery. And the next entry, Simon Fretland. Now this is interesting.
Simon is dead? Oh, that's dreadful.
Oh, okay, goes across the entire thing.
The day after Ruth died. Probably no coincidence. See what's scribbled next to it?
More?
Murder.
Murder.
Who killed it? Ruth's father? Or the mob that trashed the store?
It doesn't say. After the children, a half-dozen deaths in a single week.
The curse.
It's listed as the cause for every single death.
Except for
Maybe
two
there really
traitors.
was a curse.
Primitive superstition. But something changed after Ruth and Simon. It might explain why there's no one around.
Edward, if it killed everyone, how's that not a curse?
Well, this
What
might
does
be
that
like
word say? Next to those names at the bottom.
traitor.
For
Brother.
Traitor.
Edward? What's wrong?
The final entry. There's no name. Alice,
Ooh, shunt.
what if...
Oh, Edward, no.
Betty,
It doesn't mean she's...
she's not dead. She can't be. I'd know.
Teddy.
I know.
I need to see the
I
grave
know.
for myself. It's not Betty. Betty's still alive.
Teddy? Where are you going? Don't leave me!
Okay. Sure.
Edward!
I'm here. Alright, I have to leave.
You better not be here, Betty. I'll never forgive you.
Well, this is the freshest grave right here.
This one. It's unmarked.
What are you doing? Have you gone completely mad? Edward, stop it!
Thank God. It's not her. It's not Betty. It's...
Damn, they don't even use coffins up here?
Oh,
That's not good.
what have you done?
That grave wasn't even that deep.
It's not Elizabeth. I was so afraid.
You're a monster.
But I had to be sure. If Betty...
To hell with your Betty! When did she ever shed a tear for you?
Don't talk
Oh,
about my
you.
baby sister like
Or
that.
what? Or what, Edward? What will you do? Ignore us? Banish us?
Us?
You've spent your entire life chasing. When are you going to do something useful with what's left of it?
Quiet! Just leave me be.
Fine.
Oh. Okay.
Lizzie? Alice? Come back. Don't leave me alone. Please. Come back. I need you.
What? She was imaginary? No way! I could have never imagined that.
I was afraid you'd left me. Now listen to me. No!
Oh.
Lizzie. Hey. Lizzie, please listen to me. I didn't mean what I said.
Of course you meant it. Everything's always about Betty. Betty, Betty.
I care about you both.
Until it really matters. Then it's obvious who matters more.
I thought she was dead.
I wish she was!
Dumb.
You deserve to be alone.
Please, talk to me.
What's there to talk about?
You can't keep running away from me.
I don't know, said without
You
her.
think you own me? That you control me? That you get to decide how I feel and what I do every minute of every day? That I'm your puppet, your little plaything? Well, fuck you, Edward Charles Harden! I never should have come here with you on this pointless chase!
Now, be reasonable.
Oh,
Lizzie? Alice,
don't do that.
no. What are you doing?
What I should have done years ago. Maybe now you'll learn to appreciate us.
Now listen to me. Please listen.
Don't.
Hear me out. Don't do this.
I can't choose any options.
Can't do this to me. I need you. I'm not whole without you. I can't lose you. I can't live without you. Don't, please, don't, no. What? No!
I mean, that's not even that long of a fall, honestly, and it's like a muddy ground. She'd probably be pretty fine. I think she'd probably just break some bones from that.
Oh, Alice. What have you done? Please, be all right. Please don't.
You make me sick, Edward. Your mother and father would be ashamed. Elizabeth would be ashamed. They did not think you deserved their love, so they abandoned you.
Don't.
Oh, my child.
Don't blink.
We are all that you have,
Do not blink.
and we love you. We are here. With us, you are never alone. Do not forget.
Don't blink.
No, never.
We blinked.
Never. I never forget. I am never alone.
Day 4.
Wake up, Edward.
What the hell just happened to my bitrate? I just looked over and it said my bitrate was like 23,000. Did the stream just have like a dip there? Well, so nothing in the error log. At least the error log is completely fine. Huh. Weird. It went from like 0 to like 23,000 in like a second. But it looks like everything else is okay. This is God, I'm here to tell you that the cure in critical acclaimed video game The Last of Us would have worked. Oh God. Guess what? People still don't care.
Stop hiding.
Without her, he is nothing. Her absence feels like drowning. He fears for her. He has lost an entire day, and he fears for her and fears for Betty. He thought he'd left his demons behind him in his genteel prison, but they had come with
Where
him.
you go, we go, Edward. You cannot hide from us.
Why is there stuff caps locked when it's not
Where's
caps locked?
Lizzie?
Alice is not here.
Bring her back. Please. I need her.
Alice does not love Elizabeth like you do.
She loves me.
Not like I do, Edward.
I'm so tired. Please.
What do you want?
I think of you so often. You have no idea.
You just want me to forgive you so that we can keep looking for your precious, perfect Betty.
Yes.
She needs us.
She never needed you, Teddy Bear. And she certainly doesn't need us.
I can't find her on my own.
Well, it's just too bad, my darling Edward. Because we're done playing second fiddle to little sis.
Wait, don't go. I'm talking to you, Lissy.
Yeah, put the gloves on. Even if God came down and said that, no one would believe him. They'd be like, yeah, I don't know about that. The Fireflies seem pretty incompetent to me.
Please. Lissy, listen. You can't keep vanishing on me.
Try me.
Why are you so angry?
You do not know anger, Edward.
Don't blink.
Did you ever meet my father?
Alice does not want to speak with you.
And what about you? Are you going to help me?
God helps those who help themselves.
I don't need
So if
God's
caps
help.
locked.
I need Lissy.
Do you, though? Did you ever?
What? Of course, I...
Am I supposed to head out? Oh, the rapture has come. Oh. Okay, so I can't... I don't know why I keep saying read in the bottom left corner the entire video game.
Don't go. Alice, hear me out. I depend on you both.
You can never depend on other people, Edward.
I'm not sure you count as other people.
Everyone leaves, one way or another.
You don't. You can't.
Is that a challenge?
Stop playing games.
Are you ordering me, Teddy
Yes.
I'm asking you.
Bear? Didn't your father always tell you to stand up for yourself? To be a real man and not a sissy? Maybe that's why he put the gun to his head and pulled the trigger. Kaboom! He was so disappointed.
The facial
about what
details
his
are really
only
good in
son
this.
Turned into.
You're a monster.
Takes one to know one. Old fruit.
Fruit! Alright, listen. Alright, are we supposed to head outside this time, maybe? Unless it's in here. I don't think she's gonna be in the other room.
I gave you this jacket.
Oh.
Betty, you were here.
So could I have noticed that earlier?
Lissy, I'm tired of chasing you. Alice, be reasonable. I'm trying to talk to you.
Is Lissy and Alice
look.
two different
Jacket.
people, or?
I'm sure it wasn't here yesterday, which
Jesus
means
Christ,
Betty was
Teddy.
here. Perhaps when we were out yesterday.
Betty,
She must have-
Betty.
You love Betty more than you love us. But don't you see? What has Betty done that we haven't? What can she do that we cannot? We've always been there for you. Why do you keep looking for her?
She's real. You're not.
So?
What? You decide what is real. We are real to you.
It will never be the same.
No, in hindsight, we should have realized that these rooms are like really, really tall.
She does not want you.
Who are you talking
Why do you think Betty left? She was sick and tired of us. She wanted to escape.
Like Mother.
drowning herself because she couldn't stand being around us.
Oh my god.
Like father,
Bang! Right in the coconut.
Stop.
you drive them all away, Edward. All into death.
Not us. We're always here for you.
I beg you.
You are never alone.
Stop! Leave me alone, both of you!
You want to be alone?
You really want to be alone?
Bam! Right in the coconut.
Fine. You're alone.
Good.
Bam! Right in the kisser.
Lissy. Come back. Please. Don't leave me. I lied. I don't want you to leave me alone. I don't want to be alone. Please. Lissy. I need you. I can't do this on my own.
I can't yell for Lissy. Oh. Oh, it's getting darker. Everything changes again, day 5. I am not alone. I don't know why that reed thing is stuck in the corner around there. Just permanently.
Elizabeth! Is that you?
Bam, right in the knee.
Are you upstairs?
I should look myself in the mirror. I wonder if I would have looked different.
Betty, I'm coming. I knew you were here. Wait there. I'm on my way. They didn't believe me, but I knew you were still here. I'll be right there. Are you upstairs?
What's that sound?
Betty? Betty! Are you in there? Open the door!
Open the door!
I'm coming in! Stand away from the door!
Open the door! Open the door!
Good meme. That was good timing too.
Betty? No! No, 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 no! Oh. Oh, thank you. Thank you. I thought it was you, Betty. But who?
It's Ruth's mom, yeah.
For real?
For real?
Johan, addressed to his wife.
Jeg savner deg, Ruth. Jeg savner deg og Ruth så inderlig. Jeg hjelper dere. Jeg håper dere. Jeg håper bare at vi snart kan være sammen igjen i evigheten. Først må jeg avslutte det som jeg begynnet for så lenge siden. Nok er nok. Etter årtider med strid. Jeg ber Gud om tilgivelse for mine some word. Jeg er something about secrets. I like Norwegian is hard, okay? Og for mine handlinger. Jeg er something av hemmeligheter. I 20 år har jeg holdt stille om det vi fant, men Men min et eller annet har kun gjort ulykken, og min et eller annet til død. Og feighet. Og min feighet til død. Fredrik må nå betale for det han har gjort mot oss, og det de har gjort mot vår kjære Ruth. Når alt er over og dagen er omme, vil jorden tvinge meg tilbake til deg og Ruth. Og Gud tilgi meg. I can't say that, I just did.
Did you notice the handwriting, Betty? It was clearly distraught. Knock, ere knock.
I'll see if he translates what I'll do it.
Enough is enough. After decades of strife, I pray that God will forgive me. I am tired of secrets. For 20 years, I've kept my silence about our discovery.
Oh, this is still it?
My silence has only led to misfortune, and my cowardice has only led to death. I will make Frederick pay for what he has done to us, for what they have done to our Ruth. When it is over, I will let the ocean take me to you and Ruth. May God forgive me.
Why is he not translating like
He was
the
already dead when he wrote this.
part up here?
He had no one else to confess to. What now, Betty?
This has to...
Johann went to confront his brother, probably at Frederick's farm. And then?
It says he has to end what started so many years ago, and he begs God for forgiveness for what he has done and for his family, for his secrets. And hopes they will be together in heaven. Was this always open?
You said this was a gift from another unlucky suitor.
Betty would not, he believes, have left this lighter here by
It's precious to you. You wouldn't have left it here unless... a signpost. A breadcrumb.
Huh?
You followed Johann to Frederick Fretland's farm, and then to the mine.
That's such a horror way to open the... How do I...
You wouldn't let this go, Betty. You'd follow your story to the end. All the way to the end.
I couldn't really choose there. I don't know what I was supposed to do. I don't know where to...
So where is Frederick's farm?
Probably up towards the mine?
Gate. Frederick's warning. The path leads to his farm.
Yeah, and the mine is beyond
The
that.
farm is on the way to the mine, isn't that so, Betty? Are you still at the farm? Or did you go all the way to the mine? I need to see what you saw. Follow your story. The red thread you left for me. I'm on my way, Betty. So where is Frederick's farm? What led you to this place?
Open your door.
All these fragments. You'd piece them together into a story, wouldn't you, Betty? So, what do we know?
Frederick Fretland.
Johann and Frederick are partners, and on good terms. Something happens in the mine. Disagreements lead to a falling out. And at the end of it all, 20 years later, Johann walks this path to confront Frederick. Was this your doing, Johann? Did you burn your brother's
At the
farm
end
to
of it
ground?
all.
And where were you, Betty? Did you witness their fall?
Lock! Unlock!
What do you reckon, Betty?
I didn't see what the thing was even. Oh, no, no. Simon.
Simon's grave. Born December
05/12/1909.
1909. Died September 17th, 1923. The safe. Frederick would choose numbers that meant something to him. Why bury Simon here and not at the cemetery? If the village blamed him for Ruth's death, I could really use your imagination, Betty. You'd figure this out in no time.
We'll scrub it in the code lock faster and you can open up with the combination. This is the lockpicking lawyer. And today we have a 1920s Norwegian lock.
Let's try Simon's birthday.
Okay, this probably wouldn't be the case because if the safe is this shard, this safe probably isn't like doesn't seem to have any insulation in it, so this safe would just get really, really warm and turn into a goddamn oven. That's all that would happen here.
Another Viking artifact, Betty. Most likely from the same treasure Ruth found. Postmarked in Boston. That's a curious coincidence. Dear Frederick, I hope this letter, it's in English, Betty. Hope this letter finds you and the boy in good health. We're concerned about you both.
My
No word
wife.
from you for almost 2 years now. All of us still heartbroken about Margaret's passing. We know things have been difficult for you and Simon.
Wait, can I read that or? Right, my wife.
Mr. Fretland, we expect you to take care of this problem. If the discovery is made public, the authorities will intervene and the mine will be shut down. Should this happen, we will consider it a breach of our contract, and we will withdraw our
So someone
investment.
killed that kid who found
You and your brother will
the.
be responsible for all
treasure.
debts and losses. Johann must be convinced to wall up the chamber. We have already dealt with the worker who made the discovery.
Oh.
The Fretland Mining Company. I wonder what this unlocks. You went to the mine. I hope our guardian angel watched over you.
I'll turn it to some like crazy stuff where these drawers are nice. Or like we're like the son of one of these people or something like that.
All right, Betty. So what happens next in your story?
How do I don't know how I switch between these is the thing. I can only do argument. This is like a control I'm missing. Zoom journal, let's see. Oh, there we go.
Johann and Frederick discover something in the mine. A cave or chamber of archaeological value. They argue about what to do. the discovery is made public, it's the end of their enterprise. Johann is convinced, or paid, to walk away. Their secret stays hidden. Then, a few months later, the accident. 3 men die. The investors pull out, the mine shuts down, Frederick's up to his neck in debt. Cursed mine in Grovik. Locals struggle with bad crops and livestock deaths and blame it on... They thought they were cursed.
Oh, they found
Because
lead.
of the mine.
They found lead down there.
A thing like that becomes self-fulfilling. If you believe you're cursed, every misfortune feeds the delusion.
Oh, is he being a little bit... Is it like some introspective here? Because he believes that he's cursed too? Are we like a little bit of introspective?
20 years pass. The Fretland feud tears the village apart, setting neighbor against neighbor. And then, Ruth stumbles across the secret in the mine. After all this time, the truth may finally come to light, but she dies. And the day after, Simon is murdered. It's a catalyst. Old grievances resurface. No matter who you stand with, you're a traitor.
Traitor!
Things escalate. More people die. From disease, despair, suicides, murder.
Pseudo-suicide. Don't choke on your pride.
All because of the mine. Because of what they found there. And what they covered up.
They covered up.
There was no one to stop it, Betty. They were alone. That's the real curse of Grovik. Isolation.
Det hviler en forbannelse over dette
This
stedet.
place is cursed. Ridiculous.
I'll run down and see where this goes. How did all these like rocks fall across the rails? I guess someone could have done it, but damn. That would have taken a lot of work for very little value.
Ruth was here the day she fell.
I can't even move back up to Betty. Ah! Is this because I reduced my sensitivity? Is that why the game's feeling so difficult right now? Let's see. Nope. Not related to that. Ah! I want to talk about Betty.
Ruth was here, but there was someone else, and she ran all the way to the cliff where... Do you know what happened, Betty? Did you witness it?
That's like weird deduction. I'm not sure
Betty, are you in there?
I'm not sure I get it or I enjoy
Please
it.
answer me.
Nice doll hair you got there. Hello, Kuddles. Thank you. I don't know if it feels very like Sherlock Holmes. This game doesn't look scary at all. It hasn't been scary so far, but I guess maybe there's about to be like a jump scare now or something. Like a little kid reaching out and just like grabbing my hand or something.
This is Mother's brooch. You always wore this. You wouldn't take it off unless... You left it here for a reason. What am I not seeing?
Shosho_Rubblefong has cheered. X10. Boo.
Let's see if your timing was almost perfect. Bird's gonna fly out. Yeah. Now the mine's gonna fall apart, of course. So intense. Oh my god, it's so intense right now. Oh man, it's so tense. Man, we barely made it out of there alive. Unbelievable.
Edward!
Any intensers in chat?
Edward!
Betty? Elizabeth? Is that...
Just a bird, probably.
Is that you?
Edward? Where are you?
I'm on my way, Betty. Wait for me.
I feel like we already realized that this guy's like an imaginary friend.
Stay where you are. I'm coming.
This feels very like obvious, I guess.
Edward! Where are you?
I'm on my way.
Edward, please!
I'm here, Betty.
Hurry!
It's Ed. I'm coming, Betty. I can hear you. Hold on. I'm almost there. Stay put, Betty. I'm coming for you.
She's back at the house, is she? Oh yeah,
Edward!
of
I'm
course.
almost there.
She's the doll.
Betty?
I put the brooch on.
Betty!
Not the doll, but the mannequin. Shosho's calling us out.
Elizabeth? I'm on my way.
Edward?
Just stay put. Don't move. I'm coming for you. I'm here, Betty. It's Edward. It's me.
Oh, I gotta take the road
I
up
can
first.
hear you. Hold on. I'm almost there.
I gotta sneeze. Going for a sneeze.
Stay put, Betty. I'm coming for you. Betty? Betty? Elizabeth? I'm on my way.
Hurry!
Don't... I'm here, Betty. It's Edward. It's me.
Oh my god, that scared me.
Edward, is
That gave me chills.
I'm in here.
Thank God. Thank God. Elizabeth, there you are. Finally. You have no idea how long I've been looking for you. You had me so worried.
Every part of her scent, her clothes, she's complete, and she's finally here. How do I choose the other option? Hello? Where does the game want me to look to choose another option? This is a...
Your brooch. Mother's brooch. You must have lost it at the mine. Let me put it on for you, Betty. I wouldn't want you to lose it again.
She's been dead for 30 years, Edward.
Okay.
Elizabeth was never here. But we didn't come for her. We came for Johann, and Anna, and Frederick, and Simon, and... and Ruth. We're here to tell their stories.
No. Elizabeth. She's here.
You know Betty died when she was a baby. She drowned in the pond. And you found her. You were just 11. You carried her to your mother. And your mother...
She hated you for that.
She could never forgive you for bringing her baby to her. And you could never forgive yourself for
Oh
what
no,
she
they're
did
expositioning.
after. You always forget this. Because you don't want to be alone. So you bring Betty back. Again and again. To New York. To Boston. To the house. But always just out of reach. Never quite there. The scent of her. The echo of her. But never really her. And all it does is make you lonelier. But the thing is, Edward, you're never alone.
You have us.
And you'll always have us. Betty's... She was never there for you. She couldn't be. You can't lose us. We're a part of you.
Forever. And ever. And ever.
But you need to let Betty go now. There's not room for all of us in there.
I couldn't save you, Elizabeth. I'm so sorry.
My biggest fan with best wishes, Greta Gaynor. Gaynor?
It is as painful to wake from a vision as it is to be born anew.
This is very Talnot show, yeah. Was it the Judge Angel statue? Who knows, really. It's like some, like, we're like a crazy person and we see crazy things, I guess, because we... Edward is born anew. Day 6, okay, so we're not done yet. We like lost everyone we loved as a child or something, and then we are now crazy, a crazy person. We see crazy things because we are crazy. It feels.
Goodbye, Betty.
It's like this is like a very conceptually interesting story, but the execution is like very indie, I guess you would say. Feels very much like
Teddy bear? Are you up?
Can I go around, like, look around in here still, or? Open the gate, or nor. Open the gate, or. Like, I think the telling at the end there feels very like. To me, that's very much representative of, like, this is like the story we wanted to tell, but we couldn't manage to tell it without literally, like, explaining it to you. You know? Like, we wanted to tell the story, but we literally couldn't without just spelling it out for you. Word for word. We needed to have this, like, exposition angel just literally just yell it at you. Which feels a little bit unnecessary too, right? Because you could kind of let that be vague. Like, instead of just explaining that to you word for word, they could just kind of let that be vague, so you can kind of wonder about it, right? Like, think about, like, I wonder who Elizabeth was, or was she ever real? Was she another person that died?
Had your noodle juice yet?
I might be weaned off the stuff.
Boo. Don't lose your taste for tea, old fruit. It keeps you human. We have unfinished business.
We do?
The final piece of the puzzle.
Ruth.
Come on. Let's go back to where it started. We have an appointment with a ghost.
Where did it start? I got your noodle juice. Oh, that's what she means with noodle juice. That makes so much more sense now.
Such an amazing view, isn't it? And the air. Ugh. Boy, that sure is something.
What did you want to show me?
Come sit down. Why did we come here, Teddy?
To Grovik? Well,
That's just a simple and logical conversation in a public place. A name is wizard. But she still power on me. There's an ethereal weight to
some
it.
places have gravity.
What are you saying? Gravewick's gravity pulled us across the Atlantic Ocean?
Grovik? No, I'm not saying that. That's irrational.
But you believe it, don't you? That we were summoned to tell their story.
The letter to Frederick.
The one you found in his safe. From Boston.
I may have overheard a conversation somewhere, paid it no attention, but the name stuck. And Betty... And I spun a story around it that put us on this path.
Do you really believe that? I mean, how often are you around people?
Betty.
To find my sister.
But Betty's not... She was never here. It doesn't make sense.
I'm a man of science. I don't know what to believe.
And yet, here we are. All three of us.
Is this what you wanted to show me?
I wanted to be close to her. Do you believe in ghosts, Edward?
You know I don't.
Well, you've been chasing one for years.
That's different.
What about me? Us.
You're not ghosts, you're alive.
Fair enough. So what really happened to Ruth?
Well, because of an accident. So much mysterious and tropical, he knows. Chance events that cascade into an accidental avalanche that destroys people. I mean, that's what's happened with him, I
believe
guess.
it was an accident.
How? What happened?
Your guess is as good as mine.
All right, she ran from the mine and came here. And then... Was she afraid? What made her run?
Death often comes without purpose and intent. He thinks like a cloud from the sun. Something from someone. He still believes this because it's
Something
alternative.
spooked her.
I think someone surprised her. Simon or Frederick.
Or her
a
mom.
stranger. So she ran here. Why not home? She couldn't go home. Or she didn't want to. She felt safe here. This was her happy place. And then... If only Ruth had wings, like an angel, she could have flown straight to heaven. I hope she's at peace. And with God. Do you think that's where everyone's gone?
There's only darkness after death, but strange as it may seem, Alice has her own beliefs, and it feels almost cruel to deny her those. He has no faith in an afterlife. He saw into his mother's dead eyes. He saw the gunshot wound in his father's head, and he knew even then that heaven was a lie.
Heaven? They're dead. I don't know what that means. Maybe there is more. I can't stop you from hoping. We'll never know what happened to everyone in Grovik.
We tried our best. We'll remember them. All of them. Maybe that will give them some peace in the afterlife. Could this be your book, Edward? The one you've been wanting to write? A story about people who are isolated, left behind by the world. You can give them all a proper ending, with no annoying loose threads. Edward, is that...
A boat? But how?
Who cares? Let's catch it before it sets out on another adventure.
I don't understand how this can be.
Draugen got tired of sailing around in it and brought it back to us.
It must have been the wind.
Whatever helps you sleep at night, teddy bear. Let's
What?
blouse while the weather's still good.
I need my suitcase.
So get a wiggle on, old boy. I'm going to say my goodbyes to all the things. I don't think we'll be back.
Is my suitcase up
Meet
at the
you at
house?
the house.
Okay.
My goodness. Righty-ho. No rush. We have all day.
Just a box. Must have been the wind. Til Simon fra Ruth. To Simon from Ruth. I guess we'll see how it ends. I mean, this isn't a bad game by any stretch of the imagination. It just feels a little bit like uninspired, I guess. It feels like someone had like one good idea, you know. It's one of those stories where it's like someone had like the idea that, what if you had this guy and he like, what if you had like a walking simulator, but your companion is not real, and then, you know, you kind of like just do that concept, but you don't really think about all of the other things that like build into that concept. I mean, it was also very obvious that she wasn't real from like the very start, which I think you could argue is a little bit problematic. I think I called that. How quickly did I call that? Like, while we were in the boat, maybe?
Come on, Teddy. Pack your things. I'll meet you by the boat.
Do you never sit still?
Don't be a wet blanket. Let's make like the wind and get out of here.
I'm not sure what the point of this mirror thing was either. Is it now are we gonna see the Draugen now?
Come on.
I mean, we could still be the Draugen, I guess, but actually, yeah, we could technically still be the Draugen. That's kind of interesting, conceptually. Because we sent them a letter before all this started happening. Like, they got our letter, and then the town started going to hell in a handbasket. That's kind of interesting. I don't know if that's intentional or not, though, but
The water's still cold.
It's a fjord, Lissy, and it's almost winter.
There'll be snow when we get back to Hanover.
The house will be warm.
Are we going to be all right, Edward?
I think so.
goodbye to all things. The end. Red Thread Games. Nicholas Bolton as Edward, Sky Diva Bennett as Lizzie, Jane Perry as Betty and the Entity. Screenplay? Well, at least I didn't have to worry about not finishing this game today. If I'd been on time, it would have been done like an hour ago, so... An hour and a half ago, something like that. 2 hours ago? Yeah, I was like 2 hours late, right? Yeah, I was about 2 hours late, I think. Violin. Cello. Who did the piano though? Where's the piano at? Piano additional instruments. Simon. Okay. Propeller Music Division. Propeller. Nimrod. You Nimrod. British translation. Rakel Jonsen. Oh, they did motion capture for this. Interesting. I guess that's probably easier when you have a character like, moving around so much as she does. I'm gonna go pee while this goes on. Maybe something's just gonna happen at the end of the credits, so I should wait. I'll wait till the credits are over, then I'll go pee. Norsk Folkemuseum.
I was eating sushi!
I was eating sushi! Co-funded by the European Union, Creative Europe Media. Norwegian Film Institute. Beacon. Film Center. Special thanks to Dag Kristoffer Skjeve. Claudia Frunt. Digital Development Management. That's one I used to apply to as well. Is a company you've applied to? Full shock. Oh, because you could use a controller to play this. Claudia from Final Fantasy. Edward and Alice will return? Okay, is there a sequel to this game planned, or was that they will return if this game was very successful, which it wasn't? Oh, grants to in the Oslo region. Okay. I mean, I can definitely get like sequel-wise from this game for sure, but I'm gonna go pee. BRB. I think this is just the game starting up again, right? I gotta pee. Pee.
For real?
For real? I think they made a sequel. Red Thread Game is actually okay. So they're like the setting feels really sequel baity. Connectivity. Proposal to store in the cloud. Huh? We can keep this open, and I can have this open while I talk about the game. Draugen sequel. I don't know. Let me open up some stuff. Then we can talk about this game for a little bit. I'm just gonna end stream when we're not talking about it, even though we have a little bit of extra time. I started stream late today, but maybe that was my Draugen. The fact that I overslept today when we were playing this short game. I thought this game was gonna be longer. I thought we would be like... I thought we might have like issues with the time for this one, but Draugen. Oh, okay. No, actually, it says like 3.5 hours. So I guess that's actually like pretty accurate. There's a couple things I'm interested in here, though. The Red Thread is making this. Oh, this looks that looks like something for sure. That looks like a video game. Wait, why am I not logged in on Steam anymore? On oh, there we go. The line. I just want to look at the achievements for this game real quick. Because we missed some achievements, so I'm curious what we missed. Oh, they're hidden, of course. God damn it. Let's see here. I have my GG list open. I don't think I saved this from when we put Tin Can in here. Let's see, Draugen. You guys can't see any of this. I'm just preparing. I'm doing prep. Okay. Doing a little bit of prep, real quick. Alright, here's what I'm looking at. We can start with the easy one. We played this game for 3.3 hours. So we'll put that on our thing. This was big. I thought this game would be a little bit. I mean, it sounded interesting conceptually. I like I still like the Norwegian theme of it. It's cool to play like a Norwegian game with English in it. You can kind of like see how. You kind of like you have some like insider information. Usually when we play games, it's like another language. It's not usually the language that I happen to be fluent in. Let's look at the achievements real quick. So more options. Sure. Enter a Fretland Farmhouse. Good morning, Edward. They're not coming back, are they? What achievements are we? We're missing 5 achievements. Row your boat secret. Life is but a dream. 2 roots from Edward. Good night, little girl. Secret. Liz is gonna codependent. Liz is gonna be tired of you. Exhaust all Liz's conversation options. Okay, we probably didn't do that one. We definitely didn't complete all the sketches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, these are the 5 that we didn't get. Oh. Once the crates start rolling, put your controller down and don't press any buttons. Leave it until it goes back to menu by itself. This is like 35 minutes. Oh, you have to have some control doesn't turn off automatically. If it does that, then it doesn't work. Jesus. On the 6, before you pack your bag, go upstairs to Ruth's room and interact with the bed. Interesting. When Alice completely disappears, just press RB to talk button until the achievement pops up. Oh, okay. And now we do guide we show. Oh, so just spam conversations options. 9 sketches. Yeah, sure, we don't care about that. Okay, cool. So we didn't miss any like alternative ending or anything. Oh man. Oh. This is probably gonna be short and sweet, I think. maybe not that short, but I already said this while we were finishing up the video game, but this game feels very high concept, kind of low execution to me. It's not a bad game by any stretch of imagination, though. How expensive is Draugen? Let's see. I mean, I didn't pay a lot for it because it's on sale, but normally it's what is that 200 kroners? 20 euros for this? Yeah, I don't know about that one. 20 euros for this game, probably extremely on the high side, I would say, considering how short this game is and how like little replayability this game has. Like I said, I think this game feels a lot like someone that had they had a concept for a story, perhaps a story, especially with the sequel thing at the end there, perhaps a story that they thought you could kind of like do a lot of different things with. You would like kind of like an introduction, right? This is like the prologue or the prequel where you introduce Edward and introduce Lizzie and the Angel Lady, or the Entity as she was called. You kind of use it as like a prologue to introduce these characters. Then you have the idea that you can like take these characters and then do more things with them. Like, oh, we can have these characters like travel the world together, and you create bonds with them, and then interesting things happens around them. Maybe mention the story. You kind of start to explain, or you turn to a more supernatural thing where you like explain where the Entity and Lizzie came from as well. That's kind of what it feels like to me. It feels very like prologue-y, where someone had that idea specifically. They were like, what if you have these characters and they're traveling around the world, and then they start with this adventure, right? That's what this feels like a lot, and it feels very undercooked, I think. I think if you want a game like this to be very intriguing, I think that the plot of this game needs to come first and foremost, rather than whatever is happening to Edward. Like, I think that town needs to have its own plot that is very, very intriguing by itself, rather than that plot kind of being an excuse to tell this story for Edward, I guess. Because the Edward thing by itself is not that interesting either, at least in my opinion. I think that I tried to read as much as I could from the town, and it kind of felt like they were kind of building up towards something there. But I think in the end it kind of ended up being like a big nothing burger. It's called Draugen, and I guess we read what the Draugen was, but then that wasn't really established well in the game if anyone cared about that, or if that was like a real theme, or if that's just like a red herring, I guess. Conceptually, we could be the Draugen, I guess. That is possible. But I mean that's up for speaking of burger, check general. That's up for interpretation, I guess. Burger. That does look like a burger. Looks like it has a lot of lettuce on it. A lettuce burger. I think that the poke. I think that I think that could be a cool concept, right? Like, I think it does build towards the concept that we could be this Draugen, and then maybe that was something they also planned. You could have that be like, you could be the dragon of different societies, right? There's probably harbingers of death in a lot of societies. That could be a common theme where we are like, where we begin traveling to a place, letting them know we're coming there right before like disaster strikes. Because that's what happened here, right? Like he sent his letters, and then as he was traveling to this place, after he had announced himself, like the Draugr does, all of these bad things started happening. So that's interesting conceptually, but I don't think it builds on any of these concepts that interestingly. I don't think the conflict in that town ended up being good. I think there's a cool little like dichotomy. I think that's the word for it, right? Where it's like there's a cool similarity between what happened with Edward in the past and what happened with that girl, right? Well, Edward's daughter, Edward's sister, Elizabeth, with her like drowning, and here you have a little girl dying as well, and Elizabeth dying led to all these tragic events in Edward's life, and Elizabeth and Ruth dying here. I'm mixing up names, but Elizabeth dying led to Edward having things happening in his life. Ruth dying here led to this town essentially imploding on itself, right? But yeah, it just feels very undercooked. It feels like that town should have been bigger, have more things to explore, have more opportunities for mysteries, have like those dream sequences, be more things happening, kind of like build on this huge thing happening there, so that it's kind of more interspersed with the narrative of Edward rather than being just like a separate or like intertwined in a very direct way, right? I thought that Lizzie being not real was extremely obvious. That's something that I definitely think that could have been more less obvious that early on. I don't know how quickly I called that, but I called that extremely quickly. It just felt so obvious with what she was doing and how all that stuff was set up. That and I mean, there's something to be said for like good foreshadowing, but I think foreshadowing generally is good when it's like not obvious. I think good foreshadowing is things that make you think about things, but we're like, no, that's probably not it, or things we can look back and say like, oh, that was so obvious now, right? And some people probably had that experience, and that's cool, but it also doesn't feel worth the payoff. Like, what was the payoff there? Edward's crazy. He's a person. That was like that's the story, I guess. Yeah, just overall, it seemed pretty like it's pretty undercooked, I guess is the best way to put it. Not a bad game by any stretch of imagination. Like this isn't bad. It's not a game where I would be like, this is the worst game ever made. It's just very average, I think. The voice acting was great. The mocapping or like the character performances were fine. I think those drawing moments were completely pointless. They didn't serve any purpose narratively or otherwise, as far as I can tell. Maybe if I found all of them, there would have been something there, but you know, that's another thing where it's like, it kind of feels like it's just there to be there in the game. It doesn't feel like it was like thought about. Just like, well, we just, you know, what if you just had Edward sit down and draw? It's like, well, is he someone that draws? Like, is that a thing from his character? But I don't know. You could poke the game with a fork and uncooked red meat juice would flow out for a little bit. It's yeah, sure. It is a whole package though. Like the game is a whole package. They tell the story they want to tell, and it's short. I think for a sale this is a fine price. But I think if I paid €20 for this game, I would think I would be very, very disappointed with my money. Especially considering if you play this game quicker than I do, you can probably finish this game in the time that you can refund it. You know? Because I took a little bit of time to like inspect things, but if I had just like gone straight from story thing to story thing to story thing, you could have easily finished this game in like an hour or an hour and a half or something like that, probably. I'm trying to think like if there's anything else that's worth saying about this game. No, I think that's succinct enough. It's an okay game. Like it's not bad by any stretch of imagination. It's just very, you know, I would say indie, but there's a lot of really good indie things out there too. It's like I wouldn't call it cheap either, because it's, you know, it's not low quality by any stretch of imagination. It's just very average. It feels like it's punching very, very high above its pay grade. Especially when we get, you know, we talked about earlier the like tell, not show. Like when we got to the part where they're just kind of expositioned at us, it's just like, ugh. Did we really need to be did that exposition do anything for us? Like, did anyone feel like that exposition did anything? You know, being told that, oh, you know, your sister died and that's why your parents killed themselves. It's like, I don't know, did that do anything for a narrative? I don't think so. I think that would have been more interesting if left. Imagine if this game ends and you just had like we had the Elizabeth doll with the clothes all worn, and we had this photo, and that's all we had. You know, imagine that. Then you can have some like, is Elizabeth alive? Is she still here? You know what's going on there, and you can kind of like maybe draw parallels from that. That would have been interesting. I think that's the best thing I can say about the game is that they had. It does delve into interesting concepts. It just doesn't do it very well, I would say. I think it's gonna be an interesting video game to put on this list. Probably. So this is the Endaline rating. This is not your general video game rating, where anything below a 7 is straight garbage. I would give this game like it's definitely in the 5s. The reason I would put this in the 5s is like, all right play if it sounds fun is maybe a descriptive of the game. The real horror was Lizzie, but I don't think it quite reaches that threshold. This is not a game I would like recommend to anyone. This is a game if someone said, "Hey, I bought this game. Should I play it?" I'd be like, "Sure." If you have an hour or something, sounds you might enjoy it, you know. But it's not a game I would go out of my way to be like, "Oh yeah, you need to play this game." I think I would put it on the lower scale of average, the higher scale. I don't even know. Where would I put this game on like the between a 5 and a 6, on average? I think I put this game as like a 5.3. I think a 5.3 is pretty reasonable for this game. I think I agree with this. I think I like this game more than Spooky. Looking at this in hindsight, like knowing what the other ratings are, I think I like this game more than I liked Spooky Jumpscare Mansion for sure. Let's see how it reviewed. Let's go look at what Metacritic. Let's go see what reviewers thought of this video game. 7.3. So I mean, this rating is very accurate to my rating. When you think about it from a reviewer perspective, like a 7.3 is pretty much what a reviewer would. A 7.3 on the real rating is a 5.3 on my rating. So this was very accurate, very accurate. If reviewers say it's a 7.3, that's a 5.3 in reality for sure. What's that thing I keep seeing? Was that Discord? I'm trying to like replicate that. Oh. Alright. Obviously we're gonna go here to our game list. We played 20 games this year. That's pretty cool. We'll put that right here. We'll save this. We will go back to the front page. We'll go to our lists. Open up this thing. Also, this game, playing this right after Final Fantasy 16, it might have gotten a little bit unlucky, but I think this is I think this is a pretty good spot for it on that list. I think this is about where I would put it. I don't know if there's anything else that needs to be said. I think that was a pretty good, succinct, short video gaming stream. I'm sorry for being late today. I apologize for that. It was unintentional. It was weird because I put my phone to charge, and then because it had no battery, so I put my phone to charge. Then I wake up, my phone is off, but I push the button, and this is a 62% battery. I have no idea what happened. It's pretty strange, but that is gonna be it for me for today. Thank you all so much for being here. Hope that you guys had a great video gaming time. Draugen, cool enough game. Probably a little bit sequel baity if they were planning to do more with it. I assume it didn't sell well or something. I'm gonna check real quick. It must have not sold well, I assume. Oof. Yeah, this game I don't think did very well. It has a peak of 187 players. And generally speaking, there's 10 people playing it on Steam. Thank you for the stream. I appreciate the review. Hello, Taylor. You are most welcome. Yeah, that kind of like feels like it kind of reaffirms what I said. This feels like a game where they were planning to maybe like have this be like a big thing. They were kind of hoping maybe people would fall for these characters and be really interested in the mystery and the narrative. And then it kind of ended up not like blowing up. So they were like, well, never gonna do that again, I guess. I mean, I don't even know if this game probably didn't even make its money back. With 187 people at the peak. I can see that. Oh, is this an interview? It says Dreamfall sold over 1 million copies. Oh yeah, he says the cool thing about this is an interview with the developer. He says the cool thing about this game instead of a character that talks to himself, and that feels a bit artificial. He's always talking to Lizzie. When he's describing things, when he's investigating, there are constant conversations going on all the time. If you want, so that's kind of what that feels like a good. That feels like a good insight into why this game exists. It feels like they had like the idea that like, wait, you know how in a lot of these games the character just picks something up and they go, oh, this looks like something that reminds me of something. They were like, what if instead of that, there was someone you did that, but you were talking to someone? It's a lot like it. I wonder what the Steam reviews look like. I mean, it's almost mixed on Steam. The gameplay's absolute tedious drag, and the dialogue gets annoying. Some simple action feels like you're in slow motion. Well, I should talk about the gameplay, but I mean, there's not really any gameplay in this game, so not really anything worth talking about there. Alright, we will probably head over to our friend Motis today. I think Motis, we didn't get to raid him. Wait, where's Motis at? I saw him. Oh. Oh. Well, that explains it. I saw Motis launch Elder Souls, whatever it's called. Elder Souls. I saw him launch it, and then I like 2 minutes later I saw him launch it again. So I was like, oh, that's a thing, I guess. But I guess his game sabotaged him. I guess we'll head over to Nate then. I guess that's a destination we can head over to. Alright, video game people of the video game planet Earth. Thank you all for streaming here. Love appreciate what you do. Hope you guys had a great video gaming time. Well, I can do this real quick before I leave. I can show you guys what's happening next. I will be back on Tuesday at normal time, which is 17:00 Northern time, 5 p.m. GMT +2, and we are going to be playing. Oh, is that not part of the scene? Gosh darn it. We're not gonna be playing this. Sorry, I just had to add the scene in here. We're not gonna be playing this. Even though I would love to play this if Shosha made it an actual video game, but we're gonna be playing the video game in the center there. Let me move it over here so it's easier for me to point out. This one, we're gonna play this game. Well, we played that. This is Tin Can. We played that. We played this video game. That is Draugen. That's today. We're gonna be playing this video game, and these are the other games that we're gonna play as well. Coming up, but this is the game we're playing next. If you can tell what that is, then good for you. You know what we're playing on Tuesday. If you have no idea, then Sucks to be you, I guess. Alright, as I was saying, love you all, appreciate you all. Thank you for coming. It looks like a cool video game, yes. I'll be back on Tuesday playing whatever that video game was. I think it will be a fun video gaming time. We are slowly building up towards playing Yakuza 3, which we will be doing after another few short games. We're going to play the games on this thing. We're going to be playing some of these games, and then we're going to roll the wheel a couple of times, maybe 1 or 2 times, because all of these games we've been playing have been pretty short. And then we are jumping into some Japan. Gonna work? There we go. Thank you all so much for being here. This was a wonderful stream. I'm sorry about I'm sorry about like waking up late, but in hindsight, maybe that was a good thing, considering that we're like done at about the normal time. We can do like a Nate clip before we Oh my god, like that.
Stalk on him. Gotta stalk on him. Link. Nope. Doing a right troubleshooting with OBS still sometimes. Oh no. We both answered the question, Link! That's not fair! We both answered the question! That's not fair! Damn, Link! Cheating bastard! What? You had less money, that's not fair!
There we go. I was getting tired of my hands. Love you all, appreciate you all. Keep fighting for us. See you guys in a couple of days. You guys have a great rest of your Sunday. Bye-bye.